I gotta put on some bass on. No, but they're all good.
I watched their Homegrown Festival video that I believe Doty's wife posted. Nikki
This might be the most distracting thing we've ever tried to talk over.
over Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just chaos. Oh, it's done.
that
All right,
was
now
Actually, that was Dead
continue
Cross.
with your story.
I'm
that
sorry
was
if we
Dead Cross.
confused you. That's not Faith No More. It's Dead Cross.
That was Dead Cross.
It's called Skin of a Redneck. Or is it Redneck Skin?
Skin of a Redneck.
Yeah. I don't think he has nice things to say about the South in that song.
Much like, oh, you didn't go. The Punk and Drublick where
Oh, yeah. You told me about it, though.
the dumbass Fat Mike was
Yeah.
being
Hey, he has his right.
pissed at Texas.
It's okay. I understand. I can
That's fine.
understand why a lot
I
of
mean-
people would think that Texas is the catalyst of the world's problems.
He's a Jew with a mohawk.
Wasn't expecting that.
Well, that's what he kept saying the whole time.
Oh, he did. He referenced
Yeah,
himself
he
that
kept
way.
referencing himself that way.
Anyway, Doty's girlfriend put images, or live video, I should say, of the Duel show at Homegrown Fest. Pretty good. Sounded Duel loud. Like they represented.
I just imagine it echoing off the buildings
Yeah.
in downtown Dallas,
Yeah.
echoing off the brand new Statler.
Then,
I hope they have good windows in.
did you
the
see
new
any
Statler.
of those pictures?
I saw a couple here and there, but not many. I saw
It
Nick
looks
in
like
this on a giant.
On a skyrise in a pool?
Yeah, that was at the Statler. That's that pool. I've shot
So-
at that pool.
Did they? Was that the artist lounge? Was up on that, or did they get invited to some party because of jorts?
I think Nick said that was the artist lounge.
Oh, it was?
And
Those
Relax
assholes.
there,
We
yeah.
can't even get an invite.
hey, it's a lot better than a dumpster at shipping and receiving. Has the
Yeah.
artist chill out pool.
The thing is, either way, the guys in Duel don't give a shit. Either way, they're going swimming. They like to swim.
They do. They like to swim.
They even have a video. Is it
Remember
Back to Drunk, right?
Fishbone?
Yeah.
Swim. That was a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Whatever happened to Fishbone?
I don't know, man. Anyway, what?
Scatter shooting while wondering what happened
Yeah.
to Fishbone.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, Dustin.
It is.
Because
That's
guess
why I
what
was
was
hoping
last
to lead
week?
you into it. It was the radio station we try to emulate the most.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah.
Campound.
Yeah, I got a text this week from Yoda again.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Are you guys just auditioning for the ticket?" And I was like, "Why do you say that?" And apparently he said, "Because we say Wow Tao Gao." And I said, whoa.
No, we started that.
Hang on there, Yoda.
We started that.
Wow Tao Gao is our hometown. We can we can say Wow Tao Gao any way we want. Anyway, they had the compound last week. Did you listen to much of it?
RoboTuner, come over.
RoboTuner, come over.
I listened to
Bring
all
your
of it.
toys.
So here's what I did. So Thursday and Friday.
That's a big week for you, isn't it?
Well, Thursday and Friday. Last week I was in a my own separated reality zone, I guess you would say.
On hallucinogenics,
No,
right?
I
We're
was
going to continue last week's show?
I was working for the organization
Oh, that's right.
doing
Yeah.
all cheerleader work because it was auditions, then interviews, and then finals. And so that's 4 days of my life. And this
Yeah.
year they crammed them really close together.
Yeah, you had a lot going on.
Instead
we had
of
a
them being
Promise
on the
Mastodon
weekend,
show.
instead of it being 2 weekends, it was weekend and then Thursday, Friday. And so the Thursday, Friday, the compound, I had my Bluetooth speakers in.
Is it
and
compound or
was just-
compound?
they always say camp pound.
Okay.
But I listened
Sorry,
to it
then.
in my Bluetooth,
Yeah.
and it's the only time of the year, and Jennifer knows exactly what's going on, that I go to bed with my headphones in. I go and I lay down in bed with my headphones on.
All right. Someone's texting me. Let's see here.
It's a, I don't know what it is. It goes.
So, yeah. Are you ever threatened to hook up the old jam box and press record on your tape and record the shows? Because you're into it, man.
I don't have.
Like we had to wait to go into the Mastodon show because you had to finish listening to some shenanigans that was going on while we were there. I think it was a trombone or something, a tuba.
Oh yeah, they were replaying that.
Yeah.
part. That part was.
Yeah, you're like, we can't go in, guys.
I
gotta
don't
listen.
think. Did I say that? Maybe I did. I don't remember.
Well, Leaf listens to it now,
Yes.
and she said, I don't know if this is a kick to nuts to them or to us. You heard me pre-show talking. She said there was times when she was listening to them and their fuckery and thought it was us. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So you're saying professional broadcasters, when they get drunk, sound like us being butt-ass sober trying to be professional broadcasters?
Probably.
And she's like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it got me thinking.
The best is the nighttime.
It sounds like they party.
And I don't know if you listened to them on the way home after Mastodon, because we parked your vehicle at the jam room.
I did not. I had Jesse with me.
So they went through the entire Grego firing and what happened.
Oh, really?
And I'd never heard.
I would like to have heard that.
Because they were all drunk, and so they just started telling the whole story of how things went down and how things really happened. And it was like, oh my God.
Was it brutal? What's happened to old Grego?
No,
was he not in? Last I heard, he was at 105.3. Not so much anymore.
Of Cranberry Lake.
Yeah, well, didn't he live on
down?
Pecan? He's not dead, is he?
No,
Dear
I don't know.
Lord.
I don't know where he's at. No,
You scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh, great.
No, he's I don't know where he's at, but
Well, I know he hangs out at, like, didn't he live out at Pecan Plantation or something out there?
probably that's where a lot of white people live.
bye. Well, was Jake there? Our friend, Jake Kemp.
At the compound.
Mm-hmm. Did they allow him to go?
I don't know. He was always at the studio, I think.
Did you see the news about his buddy? Sounds like TC's.
Hitting the road?
Sounds like it.
I
That's what
did
I
not-
saw. I saw some tweet or something that said that.
I
someone
didn't see
posted.
that. So if he needs a show, Jake, you
Send
got a
him
place. You got a place to come hang out every Tuesday.
Oh, well, I think Jake's staying at the Ticket. I don't think he's going to leave. But
No. I meant
I was thinking
in
that
the
if TC
evening.
wants to come over here, then we'd more than love to have him on every Tuesday.
No, but if they're not going to do their podcast anymore,
I saw another tweet. It's funny that you brought that up because I saw Jake specifically respond to, "This is not the end of It's Just Banner." So all the people that listen to us and listen to It's Just Banner, you can breathe, you can have a sigh of relief. Everything's cool. Anyway, so I started thinking though about the compound, and what if I got an idea. What if we decide to start up a Patreon page or a GoFundMe page for a specific goal to raise money to buy advertisement that will run for Cumulus or Susquehanna. Who are they owned by these days? It's not Clear Channel, right?
I don't know.
Cumulus!
I think that's who it is.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, we buy some advertisement and
We advertise our podcast on their stuff.
and specifically we say, hey, if you like this shit,
Well, you know what? On the streaming service, if you listen to the streaming service like I was, this geek podcast keeps coming up that they are
tied to.
advertising, and it's
Well,
all
see-
about video gaming and stuff.
Well, yeah, ours wouldn't be a geek podcast. Obviously, it'd be like, hey, if you like listening to fuckery and jackasses getting drunk and talking about cool stuff, maybe you'll like our podcast. We fart on the mic and play tubas and stuff.
Like Legos.
Yeah,
We talk about them.
we like that. We talk about going delt.
Yeah, we talk about making Lego boobs.
Okay, let's take that one step further, man.
I should make a Lego bra and do a photo shoot with
You
it.
should do. Ooh, it's a
That'd be
very good
kinda
idea,
cool.
man. Yeah. Let's take it another step further.
Copyright
though.
2018 plastic.
What
object
if we
photography.
like the whole goal of Patreon for Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast show is so we can quit our shitty jobs, or you can quit yours. I can just start making a living at the age of 42.
There's no 401k in this.
And B, we can buy advertisement on like all mainstream media or local media like WFAA. Let's say before the weather at Channel 8, before Pete Delkus goes on, all of a sudden you get an advertisement of the Jerry Jonestown
Hey.
Massacre podcast show and us, hey, man, you're about to see weather from our favorite weatherman, Pete Delkus. Don't forget, Tuesday, 8 o'clock, Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast.
Get
And
dealt
that's-
with Delkus.
Eventually, if we had that, we'd have to explain what that meant. And
then
I
we
would
just,
let you do that.
We just pull up something where we're dealing cards. You know,
dealt.
you're
Mike,
getting
we're
dealt.
just looking at. What do you think we were talking about?
What do you think you're talking about?
What do you think, man?
Yeah,
Good idea.
let's do it. And then before you know it, on Thanksgiving, instead of it being the Salvation Army halftime show out at the stadium, it'll be the Jerry Jonestown Massacre halftime show with all proceeds going straight to us.
Yeah.
Screw homeless people.
Yeah.
It'll go to us.
Yeah,
They're not
screw the
human.
homeless. We don't want to be San Francisco. We don't want to have people shooting up and defecating all over our sidewalks, right? Fuck
Yeah.
that.
Just put them down.
Send them to Austin.
Death Squad.
Like, what's his face says.
Yeah.
Our other
Just shoot them down.
our other idols.
podcast envy.
So the I guess the schedule came out for the NFL schedule. Things are about to get rolling. Are you ever going to get hit up to go out there? Like, do they do Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders summer camp training out there in Oxnard or anything?
They do training camp. So training camp is, well, right now they all took off today for Bimini, down in the Bahamas for the swimsuit calendar.
And
shoot.
how do we get invited to that? I bet we'd have a good time.
Well, yeah, we'd probably have a good time. We'd be the drunk idiots drinking. We'd always have a drink made out of some type of fruit, where they core out a fruit and put the drink in it. And we're just walking around going, "This is my pineapple. Refill my pineapple.
Yeah.
Refill my coconut."
Yeah.
But
you gotta know where we can get some cocaine?
It's
Just kidding. I think I just hit
it's
the camera.
fun. And
Have you gone, or is there any of your colleagues gone?
Yeah, but it's also a beating,
Mhm.
and you're down there working your ass off. And honestly, as fun as that swimsuit shoot would be, I wouldn't want to be the one in control of it.
So
I mean, I would have
Is it-
to completely detach everything in my head to want to be in control of it.
the training camp starts for the football players in July, right?
Training camp for the cheerleaders starts when they get back. I think,
Okay.
and I think it's about a month from now.
When do they announce who's
They
on
start.
the actual cheerleading team?
Either it's 2 weeks before the preseason starts.
Okay.
I think is what it is, because the preseason they go through and
Yeah.
they work all their kinks out. Like
You think
teams are
Dak
working
Prescott's going to make the team this year?
it. Not sure.
I'd like to see his beach photo shoot. I bet he's got a python.
But they had out of all the veterans that came back at the
Talking about his
cheerleaders
arms.
this year, only one of them didn't make it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only one of them didn't make
So-
it. Now a lot of them retired. There was, I think it's 13
Yeah.
were trying out, and 12 came back. I'd have to look at the picture and count.
We
I
always
forgot.
have this conversation, though, this time of year, though. Is this going to be the year?
that. What, the cheerleaders are amazing? Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm talking
Oh.
about. I'm not talking about the Super Bowl either.
Is
Is this the year we get shut down? Got to change our name?
They all already know.
So it's good. So basically,
There was
Jerry
so
Jones is
much-
sitting back watching. See, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna be the next Howard Stern, and then he's gonna shut us down.
That's what it'll be. If we would have taken that serious contract, we would have been out.
Yeah,
We
that's
would've
what he's
been done.
waiting on, is us to get something
Yeah.
to stumble upon some kind of.
If it would have
honeypot.
been, some crazy contract like that
Yeah.
one, we would have been out. That's how we would have lost it. But the
You think our listeners will cross over
there was so much wide open talk about it that I was
with who?
unnervous.
With who?
I was super nervous.
With who?
All sorts of people out there that know. Look, okay, so you probably have about 200 people that are part of the CMT crew.
They
camera
know about
crew,
it.
work crew. Yeah, they've known about it for years, because they're like, the first time I ever heard that someone put 2 and 2 together was a CMT crew.
Well, why
But they're a local crew. The way CMT does is they hire out local
Oh.
video guys and TV guys, and then the CMT national guys come in and direct and produce.
So can I send my highlight reel of freestyle rapping to CMT through one of your people?
Yeah, they're a local.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. But that all them. Like, there was a bunch of them that knew. Of course,
Who's the most
crew I
big time
work with-
person that knows who the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast show is that works for that organization? And are they cool? Are they? Can
I'd
we
rather
blackmail
not-
them? Oh, you? Oh,
I'd rather not say
it's
the
that
name,
high up.
but they're cool. Oh, there's
We have a
someone
guest.
here. We have.
So it's
we
not
have a
just gonna
guest
be
at the
us.
back. We have a guest. Come
Well,
on. Those it is. Here,
all right.
Go ahead.
Hang on.
Go grab that guest. Let's go see who this is. Let's make sure we get it on camera so we're not shot. Hey, coming in the door is Matt Thomas. Come on
All right,
down, Matt.
So I'm
sit over
interested.
there.
So look away from the look. Like, how can we do this? Because I want to know who this is now without and say it off mic. Just- I want to know who this person is. Is it someone that I know or have heard of?
You've probably heard of them. I
Were they mean about it? Were they like, "Hey, that's pretty funny," or were they like, "You guys are a bunch of hacks"?
no. They like it. They
Oh, they-
laugh and
okay.
they're funny and they're like. And some of that conversation came up. So how are y'all still doing this?
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Which brings me back to the question: is this going to be the year? Matt Thomas, you can speak into
Talk a little bit, Matt.
Hey, it's a surprise.
Almost.
Oh,
Almost.
God.
We're going to do some engineering on the
We're
fly.
gonna do some engineering on the
Maybe so.
fly.
Maybe so.
There you
maybe
go.
so. It's a surprise visit from the Robotuna.
Hello,
Hey guys,
sir.
how's it going?
Good, man. How are
It's going
you
good.
today?
I am well.
How was work?
I'm actually in training this week, so my brain's kind of fried.
We're gonna talk
Yeah?
to you about a few things here after a while that involve your work.
Did you have a good Mother's Day?
Have I seen you guys since then? I guess I haven't.
Well, that would be on Sunday.
Yeah.
2 days
It was
ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah,
Haven't
that's
seen you
right.
in the
Like I
past
said,
2
my
days.
brain's fried. Yeah, I did have a good Mother's Day,
Good, man.
both for
Yeah.
Shelly's sake and my mother's sake.
Did you
Awesome.
do anything cool?
I did something cool before Mother's Day, which you guys already knew about. Have you guys already covered your experience? Mastodon, Primus?
Not
oh,
yet.
No, we're working our way towards that. But yeah, I'm glad you're here because we get to talk about your experience.
Well, yeah, and I have something that you would be probably. Well, I don't know. Would he be interested in it?
I've got
Probably.
something you'd like to
that you're
touch.
probably going to be into that I did for Mother's Day.
It's not illegal, is it?
It's LARPing.
It's very close to LARPing.
Oh shit!
It is.
It's
Go for it.
Is
I
it
went
like
to Scarborough Fair.
Oh, awesome! Did you dress up in Jedi garb with Dustin
No,
dressed as a
no,
Sith Lord or
it's
what?
funny that you said that because
'Cause-
we asked.
I know that's been your plan for a while,
We asked.
both years.
And apparently that gets done every year
Oh,
around
does it?
May the 4th. Like whatever weekend
Makes sense.
falls on May the 4th or around May the 4th, then apparently they get hit up by stormtroopers and you know all the the shenanigans that we've talked about doing, which sucks because I thought that was a genius idea by us.
So they actually do it.
And some
I've never
some
heard about
jackasses
anybody
actually
else
did.
doing that until now.
So I went out there. I loved it, by the way.
I haven't been out there since I was in high school.
I went for a Fair to Midland show during Halloween once, and I didn't know. I thought it was just contained to this one little area, right?
What? They do it during Halloween?
No, well, they do a haunted house out there, I think. They do something, but they don't open it up like they do for the actual Scarborough Fair, right?
Because it's a giant town now.
Waxahachie?
No,
Not so
the
much.
Scarborough Fair.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
The
yeah. It's
fairgrounds?
huge. It's huge.
Like they've pretty much made it into
Yeah.
its own fortified
Right.
fortress, like an old castle type thing. Like it's
Yeah. So
with a
this was my
cottages.
first time to actually go. And you're right. It's huge. It's
Yeah.
way larger than I thought it was because I'd only gone during Halloween. That's why the whole time why it always came up with Jesse and other people. I'm like, fucking stupid. Like it never appealed to me. Well, first of all, they don't just have mead to drink out there.
Yeah, who told us they just had mead?
I don't know.
Yeah, they
But that's
serve beer.
that's not true.
Okay.
They have. I was drinking Krakenberry, and I think I had a.
They have
had
Bishop out there?
They had Bishop. They had two bishops. They had a. They also had a. Man, now I can't think of it. They had several beers. You didn't just have to drink mead, so that's false. The other thing, while we were walking in, I was like, okay, how can I talk about this with the show? Like, how can I bring it up? Like, I've got to do some investigating, do some reporting. You
Like
know,
Becky Oliver.
like Becky Oliver, Fox 4, Becky Oliver, or
Sean
Fox,
Rabb.
Sean Rabb,
Sean Rabb.
Fox 4.
Fox 4.
Fox 4
News.
News. Anyway,
We gotta go. We keep forgetting to sign off that way too, and that's been brought to my attention.
yeah, we need to. We'll put it in the notes. So I was thinking, what do we got going on here and stuff? Well, the ladies dress winchy. Like there's a lot of women out there that are showing more skin than usual.
Well, I know even when I was younger, they
Lots
used to
of
push
cleavage.
their boobs up and
Yeah,
cleavage like in a winchy
That's still
way.
going on.
Yeah.
That's still going on.
Did
Yeah.
it move?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Absolutely, man.
You're like,
Yeah.
Did you get your
No.
picture nestled between a bunch?
I don't know, but do
While
that
doing
again.
that.
You're like,
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of me, old man, walking, going, and then
in the back of your head,
in the back of my head, I was like, I wish I could go, but I didn't.
and there was no.
There was some yeah, there was there was, and there's a lot of check this out. I don't know if there. Okay, so I think this is the way it works. Tell me if I'm wrong. You probably know, Matt. I'm pretty sure that there's a traveling. It's a traveling deal.
Wheelberries?
It goes from city to city throughout the country, and there's like a group of almost like a fair, like a real fair, like a carnival fair, and then because some of these people that work there, they don't maintain themselves, especially some of the ladies.
Oh yeah, you mean the Rennies? Yeah.
The Rennies, yeah.
Yeah.
So is that the way it goes? Is the thing traveling, or is it specific to North Texas?
A lot of them actually do travel from city to city.
Okay.
And then there's some that are just like local here that just work the Scarborough Fair.
Yeah.
Or maybe TRF.
So you got to
down
be
in Houston.
careful when you
But
see.
a lot of them do travel from city to city, and they don't have
Yeah.
any actual home.
Yeah, it was the Wanderers,
Yeah.
future Austin residents.
gypsies.
Tramps and thieves.
Okay. Anyway, so you'll get, and then all of a sudden she'll go to, oh, do you want this? And then bam.
I told you
Hair.
about my time in Rome
No.
when I was
No.
walking through Rome,
Rome,
by myself.
Texas? Oh, no, Rome,
No.
Italy. Okay.
Rome, Italy.
Did you?
This chick was out of 10. She was a 15.
And you're like,
Like super model hot.
Yeah, yeah.
The hottest chick. Oh no, there was no. It was
Full
beating, hitting my dick from
full on Slayer.
Go down, go down.
My wife is here.
No, I was by myself walking down the street,
Oh, okay.
and I was going to meet all of them.
Okay.
But so she's standing right next to me, gorgeous, one of the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my life. She's standing right next to me at this
Yeah.
intersection, and so I'm just kind of peeking over, and I kind of take a step back so I can kind of look at her a little more and checking her out, and then she goes to. She was hailing a cab. She lifted her arm up, and it was just boosh, giant bush. And I
Oh,
was
right.
like,
Is that a deal breaker for you?
done, out.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of the chicks don't shave their pits, and
You know what's sad is I'm
I know they
getting
don't
that
in
way.
France, Italy.
was
I didn't know.
cool.
I'm
Gorgeous.
getting that way on the nether regions too for some reason. Like I gotta if it's more than a strip, I'm getting kind of like even my porn.
Like you're like,
Man, I love the '80s and the early '90s and stuff, but I don't want to go back. But anyway,
we have a friend that
this
prefers that.
yeah, I know.
not
There's a
me.
lot of
So
men that are
weird.
like that.
It's not me.
So
There's
okay,
Matt Thomas.
I just said it wasn't
so
me.
here's my deal.
Damn
We
it.
ran into something the other day at the Fan Expo a couple of months or last month. And there was a sign that was like, "Hey, just because we're an anime doesn't mean you get consent."
Oh, right.
So-
I remember you talking about this.
So I was thinking of what I could observe and bring back to the show, and that's one of the things is the hashtag #MeToo movement, just as big down there in Waxahachie during the Scarborough Fair as it is everywhere else in the world. So I asked.
So they used to smash, like the
Cans
winches
and
would come up,
Yeah.
and they would hug you uncomfortably and shove their
Right.
boobs in your face to
Yeah.
where you're like,
Well, they talk
like, is it
shit to
just
you,
hanging
too.
out? Yeah, and they used
They
to
run.
talk.
They run their mouths. I don't know. Were the people
True.
in the Renaissance were they fucking assholes?
I don't know. You know,
Because they yell at you and shit like, "Oh, look at this jackass with the checkered shoes."
They did that at
like-
Hawkwood. I remember that. when
Or
it was still
would they
around.
do it in medieval speak?
my reference of all medievalness is Bill and Ted.
Is that kind of the thing though? Were they fucking assholes in the Renaissance
Thrones.
days?
I don't. As far as historically, I don't know.
But do they cuss?
I'm pretty sure one or two of them did at me. So
did
here's
they
my-
cuss back then? In
Maybe.
medieval
I don't know.
times.
Did they drop the C bomb?
Well, the F word didn't exist back then. I know that.
I bet you it fucking did.
That's where it came from. It's for
Cunt was around for
For
sure.
unlawful carnal knowledge is a police term that originated in
yeah,
the
see,
30s.
or during the 30s
Yeah.
No, I thought that was a scarlet
No.
letter and all. Like
for under
little-
consent of the king.
Oh, I thought it was for
Or
unlawful
for
carnal
under
knowledge.
That's what I
something
thought it
of the
was.
king.
Are you-
For unlawful carnal knowledge was on ships, but it also dates back to
Really?
Under a King.
Yeah, I never heard that one.
Anyway, it got me thinking. I was like, so
Under
is the
something
hashtag
of the
Me Too
King.
a thing out here? So we asked. And
Yeah.
a lady politely said, yes, hashtag Me Too is a thing out here. And we absolutely abide
by
by
it,
that.
yeah.
And which led me to my next question. Go ahead. Looks like you're about to say something.
So they don't. Were they still smashing your head in their boobs?
I didn't see anybody getting their head smashed by boobs.
Because it's like,
but
I want to take
saw-
a picture with you, and
Yeah.
they would start teasing
I didn't
you,
see
and
any
then
of
just
that.
get up there in there and smash their boobs.
I didn't
against
see
your
any
head.
of that, but they still were yelling like shit at me and stuff. So being rude to me. So, but anyway, she said, no, very much so. You do. We know what's going on socially, and it's the same deal there. Just because we're in cosplay or we're in anime outfits and stuff does not give you consent to give a nice hearty reach around. Like can't honk a boob just because they're dressed as a winch, right? So that led me to my next question. And I think we've gotten verification of this. I'm not sure because we've talked about this, Dustin. We might have talked about it with you, but remember I worked at I worked with a guy for a while. I just smacked. Did you hear that? I just
I
came
heard
with a
that.
full
All right.
on. So I worked for a guy, and
You did again.
he was a member of a kingdom. Like had the full on. He wore the outfit and everything. He was part of a kingdom that
How
ran
were-
from Oklahoma all through Texas and all this.
Okay, so these are the guys I
The real deal.
know about.
And I asked him, "Hey, so I've heard that at the end of the day, like after everybody kind of all the kids and the family time's over out at Scarborough Fair, that it becomes in fact, I think we asked this before, that it becomes a big freaking LARPing orgy, except without the LARPing. It's actual orgy. Like they get drunk and there's a lot of people that choose to have adult relations out there. I think we asked it at one of the fan expos, didn't we?
We did that. The first one we went to, right? And when we started saying which is better,
Yeah,
medieval times.
we're trying
or-
to start beef.
They're trying to start beef and see if they'd fight each other.
But that's what so is that true? Because I'm pretty sure that dude, I know that dude told me that I worked with. Yes, that happens. It's a very adult time after.
So the guys
Hours.
I knew that used to be a part of this, and he was part of some kingdom that ran through Texas and Oklahoma,
It's probably the same one that I worked with.
and they had events where they would go camping and set up camp, and it would be they
Yeah.
would fight, they would spar
Yeah.
each other, and they would spar each other for different ranks and levels through the knighthood, the army's knighthood of where they sat close to the king. It
Yeah.
was like they took it all super seriously.
Wow.
And like he would show up to, I used to play poker with him. He'd come to
Be all
different
beat
parties
up.
and stuff, and he'd show up bloody and bruised, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, last weekend, I had a sparring tournament, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Dang, are you not using foam?" He's like, "No, we use wood, wooden swords, but they still hit you hard and miss."
Well, out
hits
here
and
they got
junk."
real swords that they make and wooden swords,
But
like
they
for the
don't-
squires to practice with.
He carried a real
Real
sword
weapon?
and a real dagger, but when they sparred
Yeah.
with wooden stuff.
Yeah, which is legal in Texas now, by the way.
Yes.
What's that?
So you can carry a sword around
Yeah.
in Texas openly out on the street.
I didn't know that you could not.
Yeah. It was this past September.
They're about to outlaw it in Europe, the UK. Don't get me started.
I
Oh,
won't.
jeez.
So they as I found out of all this, they came to a party at a friend of ours' house, and they had just come back from one of these matches, and it was a week-long deal. And they came back early. This party was on a Saturday night, and they were talking about it and how he had done. And I asked his wife, I was like, "All right, so what do you do during all this?" She's like, "Oh, we cheer them on and we help them. We make sew their armor and stuff, and make food and stuff." And I said,
Yeah.
"So you're like
Well, see,
you're
that-
kind of peasant level." And she's like, "Yeah." I said, "So what do y'all do at night?" And she goes, "Oh no, at night it's an orgy. Everybody bangs everything." She's like, "It gets crazy."
So okay, I
was
remember
like,
having this
"What?"
conversation with you. Was that not specifically about
It
Scarborough
wasn't
Fair?
Scarborough. This was the
Okay,
one they went.
so I'm
they were
wrong.
up to in Oklahoma.
Okay,
But I've heard the same thing about there.
About Scarborough.
I heard the same thing about Hawkwood.
Hawkwood.
Hawkwood got
Mayhem,
crazy.
Remember when I was rolling around with Mayhem when I was working at the Eagle,
Yeah.
and he told me that that happened at Scarborough. Scarborough Fair was big to him. Mayhem loved him some Scarborough Fair, and he was heavily into it. Stuff. I mean, you remember how big he was?
Yeah.
Like
I remember meeting him.
he was awesome, and he already looked like a crazy Viking as it was. But he said that I think he told me that stuff goes down after hours out on the fairgrounds and stuff. So,
Good old Jeff.
I'm all
Johnson.
in though. I had a blast, man. I'll do it again. I'm not playing, man. I'll do it again.
Is this weekend the last weekend for it?
Yeah, I think. I know it runs from. I think it was April to. Is it April and May?
God, it's always got to be during the.
When's the last time you went,
Like
Thomas?
2001. It's been that long.
What? I thought you were an every year participant. That must be Jesse. Jesse goes every year, doesn't he? He's heavily into it.
So this shows that this is by the Houston Press, which is the sister of the Dallas Observer.
Belly dancers, nice.
No,
No?
this says that
There was some out there though. Man.
she's a Moroccan maiden, but it said at the Renaissance Fest, a Roman orgy at the Texas Renaissance Festival, and it's a picture slideshow.
Oh, of the orgy?
Whoa, you can see straight through all her chainmail.
So they got some cool stuff. It's expensive though, man. Like one of those freaking old school beer mugs or ale mugs or whatever they drank
Oh.
back in the Game of Thrones days.
Steins.
That's Big
Steins,
Stein.
yeah, the wooden ones. Man, like $90. Like that stuff's not cheap.
Yeah, and they charge a lot for their armament. Like,
Yeah.
I know a guy that used to put together chainmail and leather armor, and he'd make a mint down
You
there.
see, chainmail, is that what the that armor, that chain linked armor?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there was a hot little outfit that they had on like a mannequin, and I was like, Britt, hey, what you think about
Put some of this on.
it's over here, huh? She's like, no,
No,
shut up.
no part of that.
Fucking chop your dick off. Let's go. Okay.
You're stupid.
So yeah, it was cool. It was awesome.
I need to go down there. I want to go down. I want to go down this weekend, but don't have time.
Yeah. What'd you do for Mother's Day? Anything cool?
Went out to my family's place out in the other side of Weatherford and had some fun.
Praise and
hanging
worship.
out. No praise and worship. It was made a lot of damn food and just hung out,
Yeah.
seeing everybody.
That's what it's all
Chilling.
about, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, dude.
So the F word is a very old word recorded in English since the 15th century.
Okay. There we have it.
So,
And
in
was
here
it the king or the fornication of carnal knowledge? Right?
it says
That was
it's,
for unlawful carnal.
It's-
Oh, that's right.
Like the Van Halen CD or album.
fornication under consent of the king, and for unlawful carnal knowledge. It says both on this.
Huh.
So
Yeah.
uh,
And that's where fuck came from.
it says here that
Oh, fuck.
it says it comes from when sex was outlawed unless it was permitted explicitly by the king. So people who were legally banging had fornication.
You had
under
to ask
consent
for
of king on
permission from the
doors.
king to fuck.
Yep. Those guys in Game of Thrones are
They don't get much permission.
no.
What do you send a
They
sparrow? Hey,
Hey, here you go.
please ask the king's permission if I can fuck.
So let's talk about Mastodon Primus. We went on Wednesday night,
I thought it was Thursday.
Thursday night
Yeah, because I saw him on Friday.
to the
Look what the
South
hell I
Side-
found here.
Nice, the Southside Ballroom,
Yeah.
and got to see some Mastodon and Primus. Got
Yeah.
to take some pictures, and you got to write an article, and
Yeah.
it's all out there for the world to see and read.
Another one?
It's been a long time since we had seen Primus.
It had been since I think Tales from a Punch Bowl.
I think the
That was
last. I think I saw him
95.
at a Palooza
Yeah.
or something, some festival or something. I saw him at last.
Well, Palooza was 94.
Was that it?
Was when they were.
And that's probably if they were on Palooza, then that was probably it. I know it was in the '90s.
I saw them in a standalone. I saw them with Helmet, where Helmet blew them off stage. Saw them by themselves.
Helmet just played recently.
I saw them with the Butthole Surfers,
Somewhere.
and I saw. I was at the Helmet show. It was the Toady show. We were both there.
No, no, no. I mean, they played this weekend too. Like at some, I think it was
Helmet
Vegas
did?
or something.
Oh,
or, yeah,
okay.
they got together for another show. I guess that's the thing now is Helmet's touring.
I guess so. But the Primus, I keep my streak alive. The only time I've seen a complete set of theirs was at Lollapalooza.
We watched most of it though.
We watched most of it. We walked out during.
Let's don't get into.
We
the
walked out
critique
during
of
the last show.
but yeah,
last song, which was they played Dead Kennedy's cover
That
last song.
reminds Me. Did
They
you-
didn't. They didn't play any covers whenever I saw them.
So the Master. Okay, first of all, it was a great show. I enjoyed both bands. The new stuff
Yeah.
that Primus did, like we were bitching about it just because we were tired. I went home when I was writing the article and looking at the pics and stuff and listened to it. It's pretty badass.
I need to give it a
It's-
listen.
It's different. It's not your typical. It's Les Claypool. He fucking does what he wants.
I get tired of Primus live.
I didn't have a problem with it because I hadn't seen him in forever.
Yeah, and I think that helped me stick around a lot longer this time. And I was coming down off the Mastodon high,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to stick around for my mask anyway.
Yeah,
You got a mask?
yeah, he
I
did.
did.
Why don't we have it up?
It's
What
out
is
in my
it?
car. I haven't brought it in
Okay,
yet.
at the
Is it
break, you need to go
Emperor
get
of
it.
Sand? Is it an Emperor
Yeah.
of Sandmax?
That thing's
Mask?
legit too, and it was only
Yeah.
$20 at the show.
Yeah, they wanted
That thing's-
80 on their website. It's
Yeah.
I
$20.
don't remember seeing that at the merch booth when I saw him. Oh,
Well,
interesting.
It's
They
your
sold
show.
well. They also they sold really quick, and they had to go back. I don't think these the people that they got doing merch. I think they like making one trip because there was a shirt that Brittany wanted, and I ended up settling for a medium. She wears a small, and then I went back afterwards to check on his mask and say, "Is there any chance that you guys will bring out another mask and a shirt?" And she was like, "Well, we might bring the mask." Well, it turned out you had already bought the mask, right?
They had brought everything. I bought the mask about 5 minutes before
Yeah.
you did.
But when I went back, they had a small.
I was
and
hanging
the
out
shirt.
with Homeboy from Mothership,
Yeah,
talking to him and his girl.
Oh,
and,
Kyle or Kelly?
Kelly. And they were walking over to the merch booth, and I looked up and was like, holy crap, they got the mask.
yeah.
So
So
I bought mine.
I think the way it works is with these touring bands, they got this merch team, and I don't think they like loading more stuff in.
That
They like
guy
to make
didn't.
They like making one trip in, and then hey, we sell this. But when you have a
that
show
guy
like that,
sounded wore out.
yeah, I bet
Because
he is.
was all like, the Houston show was so badass now. Which everybody said the Houston show was badass.
Yeah. Well, it
Everybody
was
was
nuts.
praising it.
I saw some footage that Brent took of Mothership playing. Brent of Mastodon.
Oh, Brent Hines?
Yeah, and it was nut to butt. Like it was packed in, and Mothership was rocking too. It was really cool.
Well,
that looked like a
and-
badass show.
Is that who opened up for them here? in
No, all
Dallas?
them
No.
witches. They tried to get on this bill up here on Thursday night.
Okay, yeah, because I was going
But,
to say,
it was all them witches.
was the opener when I saw them too.
What do you
On-
think of all
on
them
Sun-
witches?
Like
Yeah, I liked them okay.
Royal Sons.
Yeah,
they
they're,
reminded me of Royal Sons
With a
little
lot
bit,
of keys, though. They had
Yeah.
a ton of keys.
yeah,
They
they're
did.
they're very very sludgy with a very bluesy feel to them.
Yeah.
I think.
We only got to see maybe a half a song.
I actually know
Yeah.
the backstory behind the bassist's Rickenbacker, the way it's all chopped up and shit.
You want to share?
Well, hey,
Well,
yeah.
you could
Do
just-
wanna, you
well-
wanna continue?
It's a good tease.
Yeah,
wanna-
he bought it second hand
Do radio?
and
Want to do pod?
what?
You want to do some podding?
You wanna
Do some podding.
Yeah.
Well, I've been here, haven't I? I thought I already was podding.
do
Podcasting.
some more pod? You wanna tell us that story?
Do you know you're one of our favorites? Like
Like guests.
everybody loves
The
listening
greatest
to you.
ever.
And we always get every time you're on the
I don't know
show,
why.
people are like, "Dude, y'all should have Thomas on some more. I just want to know what a day in the life of Matt Thomas is. I just want to know what it's like."
It's not as interesting as
Let's
most
just
people
follow
would
him
think.
around with a camera.
We should.
We should do
We should do a reality show.
one-camera reality show following Thomas around one day.
If you did a reality show, would you let the camera in the bedroom,
No.
even with a little Vaseline smudge on the camera, like a little what do you call that?
do you guys
Pixelation?
sleep nude?
Thomas, do you sleep nude?
We have before, but
Hmm.
not usually no.
You're making it move.
So you would not allow. You would not if there was I don't know what's the learning not the learning channel. What channel has
What,
a lot of
TLC?
reality shows on it? True TV
Or
True
A&E?
TV,
TLC.
TLC, True TV. If they're like,
Lifetime?
hey, you
No,
get to be,
it's-
you're get to be a paid celebrity just to be you. We're gonna follow you around. You'd be like, but not into the bedroom.
What
Nope,
we would
not
do
into the bedroom.
is we'd sneak in his bedroom and do the whole Bam Margera thing and set off like a string of black cats.
Or like the ticket did.
have a band play.
Have a tuba.
tuba
Or a
in.
live alligator.
or a live alligator.
No, we wouldn't do anything riskier that would kill you.
We just have like a small child sitting at the
Yeah.
end of your bed with a hood over his head.
You want to? Okay, I'm gonna chase a rabbit real quick. You know what I'm watching?
What?
I can't believe I've gotten sucked into this fucking thing again after 10 years.
The Jersey Shore remake?
The Jersey Shore family
Why?
vacation, dude. I'm watching it. I'm watching
never
it again. I don't
watched
understand
an
it.
episode to
I know,
begin with.
I know.
Is it Brittany that's
Oh
into
my
it or
God.
what?
Brittany draws me into it. I started watching it and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then
oh my god!
no, I'm in. I'm
done.
fully involved.
Show over.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know what the deal is.
Your all credibility just went out the window.
Yeah,
I
you're,
don't know. I don't know what it is that draws me to it, but
You wanna
no, I'm not attracted to any of them. But it's funny.
stick your orange
Shelby doesn't
Cheeto
listen to
into
us.
Snooki.
Does she?
dude. I
Snooki
used,
reminds me.
I used to think
like
Snooki was
Shelby
hot
and
before she
Snooki-
got too skinny.
The things they say,
She used to have huge tits.
Shelby's
Not anymore.
Shelby could be a meatball.
Shelby?
No,
What?
not Shelby. I'm
Good
talking about
gosh,
Snooki.
man.
Dang.
Snooki still has some nice
They're
boobs.
bigger.
She keeps getting them redone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know how I get in this thing, man. But next thing I know, I've been sitting here for three hours watching this shit. I don't know what it is.
I get like that with the police activity.
Maybe I got a thing for
YouTube
the
channel.
meatballs. You know, which
I don't even know what that means.
that's funny. Like,
I don't even know
everybody-
what does a
that's-
meatball mean?
That's the Italian women that
That are little short spinners.
Yeah. But that's the thing that's funny is, okay, MTV is this. It had me thinking. I was watching. I was like, so MTV has this whole hashtag Me Too in full throttle, like 4000 BX9 full throttle. We are hashtag Me Too.
And then they have that
But
show.
then they have that show, and it's all about guys being assholes to women. Well, I shouldn't say all the guys, but one of them's an asshole to women. He's got like a pregnant girlfriend.
like
and then
degrading, yeah.
Yeah, it's real degrading. They got one of those dolls that we talked about on our show a while back.
the touch me.
An
The Touch
inflatable
Me,
doll?
yeah,
Bad.
yeah. Pauly D has bought one of those, and they have replaced someone that was on the show before
Did you say Paula Dean?
with her, Pauly D.
Oh,
With
okay.
the
I was gonna
doll?
say, what the fuck
With the
did
doll.
Paula Dean
How does
just-
that
And they
work?
call her that by the girl's name that used to be on the show. I think her name was Sammy. And they're like, "Hey, what's up, Sammy?" She doesn't talk much. And there's this new doll and stuff. They dress up, take her head off, and all. And then they call the women meatballs. I'm like, okay, so MTV is talking out of both sides of their mouth here. They're like, "Hey,
You know,
we're
that's
all
a
in
good
on-
analogy.
we're
though.
all in on the hashtag Me Too," but then we're gonna have Jersey Shore.
Little short Italian girls aren't kind of meatballish. That's kind of funny. I never knew that's what it was, but it makes sense.
Well,
Well, you stood next to one.
they
in
they
Rome.
say they use it.
That was not a meatball.
Mainly, they use it mainly when they talk about the women, the Italian girls that go out with them. They get drunk and they start falling all over the place. Type.
Question.
So they call them little meatballs.
like those memes
How
you
do-
see. Yeah.
How do Italians in Italy?
I love Italian people. My
How do they
email address is
sound-
always the same. But
No,
if you want
mine's-
to talk to
mine's
Dustin
good.
about Italian
no, mine's
women,
good. Mine's good. This is total
okay,
praise.
okay.
How do Italian people in Italy? When they speak, it's so romantic and so cool.
And then they moved to
and
Jersey,
then you go
they're
to
like,
Jersey, and it sounds it sounds like a turtle effing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, seriously, how does that happen? That is the worst accent ever. The Jersey Italian woman sound
You don't think it's
that
sexy?
they make.
Oh, Dustin.
And how do you know what a turtle
Homie
sounds like
Dustin.
while it's fornicating?
Because
Dustin,
there's all those
just hold
YouTube
me.
videos. I'm going,
And that's what I think I'm sound like.
it's very nasally and
Yeah.
just
Like
whiny. And I
Miley
just
Cyrus.
want to punch them all in the Adam's apple.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
See
I
if
don't know
it
why I
helps
love
them
watching.
pitch
I
up.
think it's because
Break
you
their
know why I think I
tracheas.
like watching it. It was because it's such culture shock. Like, I don't have any idea what it's like to grow up in Jersey or up in the Northeast. I have no clue. I've never been to New York City.
That
So I
needs
don't
to
fucking-
happen within the next few.
Yeah, well, that's why I want to take our
months.
road trip. But I don't have any idea what they go through. I know what it's like to grow up in the South, in Texas, and all through the South. I've done all that, and I kind of understand all that. But all that crazy, that is another planet to me. Like Jersey Shore, the way they live, the way, like, what's important to them and everything, and the way they talk and all that, it just fascinates me. It's like, I'm like, wow. It just, it draws me in. I'm like, there's some things that they say that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And I would say the same thing in this situation, except I'd have it with a Southern drawl, like, oh man, that's fucked up or something like that. Whereas they're like, yo, gee, did you see that? Did you see that? You know what I mean? They're like, and we have drama here. Like, go to Texas Billiards, you'll see drama. And it always revolves around a drunk girl starting shit with the whole, like, each other, and then it spins out of control. And then you have a bunch of, hey, except it's a different type. But the way they handle themselves is crazy. They drink like fucking fishes, just like we do here. They, I don't know. They're tan. Oh, one of the dudes, the Situation. You know who he is?
I've heard that name.
The Situation.
Me too.
Well, he's apparently in some trouble, and he's going through a trial. He might go in the federal penitentiary at any moment during this season.
So,
and I don't know if you watched ever before. He used to be the fucker that was down to party all. Like, he would do the pills, he would snort the blow.
So is he in
would
like
drink
a
the booze.
Cosby situation?
No.
Like
It has to do with tax evasion.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh shit!
But
So that happened. That must be an Italian
he's
thing.
totally changed. Yeah, I know.
Because
I know.
Jennifer used to watch that Real Housewives in
Yeah.
New Jersey,
Yeah.
and like
It's-
all
they
them
don't-
got
yeah,
arrested on the
for tax
show
evasion. Yeah.
for tax evasion.
Did they
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So,
Like that's what stopped production of the whole show.
but the thing that's crazy is he's done a 180 and like he has his shit together. Like, he's just trying to get through this trial, and like it's weird because now he's come back and he's telling all these people, giving all these his buddies, his brothers and sisters. That's what they call each other. They think they're brothers and sisters. But he's like giving them advice and everything. And he used to party like crazy. But I don't know, man. I got caught up in it.
So
Speaking-
go.
And then Pauly D, the main dude, you've seen pictures of him. He's the DJ. He's a world-renowned DJ now.
Not Paula Dean. That was my mistake.
Not Paula Dean. Pauly D, I think is his
I
name.
think I've seen that.
He's the
dude.
one that's got the crazy hair, and he looks like a
bleach tips.
He looks like someone. No, he doesn't have the bleach
Frosted
tips right now,
tips?
but he's got the. He looks like he could be on the next Sopranos when they go back. Like when they start doing Sopranos again, he could play a gangster
Are they gonna do
eventually.
that?
I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But like he looks real deal. The thing is though, like if you saw him, Dustin, you'd be like, there is nothing that I have in common with that dude. I would never have anything to do with him. He's in the he but this dude is the most down. Like he's the one that I like the most. Like the guy that we like. If I went to him and said, "You want to go to Mastodon?" He'd be like, "What? What'd you say to me?" And then he would ask me to go see some, I don't know, Italian 4000 BX9 DJ that rolls up in a limo or a
Avante?
Lambo or something. Yeah,
The
something
one
like that.
The one that just died.
I don't know, but he's the coolest one. I'm like, dude, that guy's cool as shit. I'd fucking hang out with that dude. It's weird. I don't know. I don't know why I watch it. I'm sorry that I even brought it up. Fuck me.
So if we're gonna go down this path, I just have a quick question. I'm gonna put this in show notes.
Yeah.
I'm catching up on Atlanta.
Great show. I told you,
Atlanta's greatness.
That's
is great.
That's about the record R&B record industry with like Terrence Howard, right?
No,
Okay, no, that's Empire. Sorry.
But this does have to do with music industry a little bit.
Okay.
but
a
it's
little
like-
bit. It's a up and coming rapper.
It's got the
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, yeah. He's the one.
AKA Childish
Does he
Gambino,
write for it, too?
AKA
Okay, Lando.
It's
Is
Yep.
he
his
a writer? So he writes a
It's
lot of
all
that
his
too
and
on
stuff.
Atlanta.
Oh,
I
is
didn't
it?
know he
Cool.
wrote and directed a couple episodes of 30 Rock.
He did?
Yeah, that's kind
That
of
dude's
crazy.
got talent,
Yeah.
man.
So I just have a quick question since I'm catching up. What channel is Walking Dead on?
AMC.
AMC. Yeah.
Okay,
And they're on
that
FX.
changes. They're on FX.
Yeah.
How the hell are they getting away with the F bomb and your favorite word, the N bomb,
I don't know.
all over the?
I'm telling you,
episodes?
man. I
Like,
think all the rules are off now. On
Is it?
I think once the shit bomb hit The Walking Dead,
Yeah,
then it just opened up everything.
I mean, there is
they're
a
like
warning
fucking, yeah,
and everything, and there was even a
because there was an
pretty
F bomb
graphic oral sex scene
in.
Atlanta
the-
where he went down. On
I haven't
his
watched this. I haven't watched
girlfriend slash
the whole
whatever.
season. this last
Second
season.
season?
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm midway through the second season, but I mean, it didn't show anything, but it was pretty like, ooh, that's kind of
Yeah. I'm
badass.
starting to get the impression that they fucking have said
But
we're
when
done
I-
here with censorship.
It was like today. I was about 2 episodes in. I started going, and they're dropping the N-bomb like crazy.
Hmm.
And I don't remember them doing that on season 1 as bad. It was here and there, but now it's like, oh my god.
Well, that's the transition. I think Walking Dead. Okay, Walking Dead a few seasons ago. Remember when they were saying shit almost unnecessarily? Like it was like, well, shit and day, shithead, shit. Welcome to the Jerry Jonestown Shit Massacre shit show.
Oh, like that-
podcast show.
Like
shit.
that one
they were
episode
trying
of
to
South
say-
Park, yeah.
Well,
Where you say like
They were
over
making
100
up-
times.
exactly.
Yeah.
They were
Exactly.
making up for the shell casings not ejecting from their weapons.
yeah.
Oh right, because they're CG now. Yeah.
So I think
What I
once
heard.
that happened,
They're shooting airsoft.
once that happened, like all the other shows were like, what the hell is this? So we're okay. I guess it's open season, and then one of the shows is
Archer
either
goes,
said-
what the shit all the time. And
yeah,
it's
what
funny.
yeah. Well, then South Park made fun of it too.
Yeah.
Everybody saying shit. So I think that was the gloves off moment, and then one of the shows dropped an F-bomb recently. Like in the last year or two, I think it was Walking Dead
network?
on cable.
Well,
Pay. I mean, if you're paying for the
Atlanta
service,
is
then-
dropping F-bombs
And now-
everywhere.
and now it's all in. Like Atlanta,
Yeah.
they're dropping them. There's
Maybe
other
there's
shows
a
that I think are
time
coming with
thing
the
now?
F-bomb. Maybe.
Because there used to be a primetime thing, a primetime law.
Yeah, I think they're like
Mhm.
they're losing badly to some of these streaming businesses that get to say it. And
Netflix.
s-
Yeah.
And so
Hulu.
I have a feeling that the cable companies are like, if they can say fuck, then we can say fuck. Then we all can say fuck. You know what movie that's from?
No.
I was making reference to Rocky IV when he's
Oh,
if he could be friends,
okay.
if we could be friends, then we all could be friends, or something like that. At the
God, I haven't seen that.
Go ahead and do
since-
your favorite Stallone moment
I was in
you've done
school.
on this show before.
You don't understand. Well,
I can't remember.
It's the Rambo.
And I
I don't remember it, do you? But that sounds just like no.
It's
something
over,
like
Johnny. It's over.
you know that's not even close to what he says. Like I saw that come the
That's
other
pretty
day,
much
and
how
he's
it goes.
squealing like that. But the
He's
line that you
squealing.
say on our podcast show
And I don't
is
remember
not what he
it is.
says.
I forgot what it was.
It's
thought it
over,
was-
Johnny. The war's over.
I was trying to find something
Yeah, I thought it was
to
you
go
don't
with
understand.
your cursing, but I don't see. I'd have to go find it.
We
but
need to
yeah.
do a show with nothing but Sylvester Stallone drops.
Here's what I was trying to find.
Be careful, I made auto tune.
Find it?
Fuck you,
It ma-
fuck you, and suck cock.
That's what I was looking for.
I'm gonna fuck you with my penis.
I told my mom to watch the show the other day on Mother's Day. I was like, hey, I wish you'd watch the show for once.
Fuck you, and
And here
suck
goes
cock.
Dustin. He's like, oh, Stubbs' mom might be
Is that
listening. So
Tamasu?
I'll go get your mom right now.
I'm
Okay,
serious.
so my
I'll
mom,
get real mom.
I told her to come out here and be a part of the show, and she's like, "No, I
And
don't.
then-
I don't want to be a part of that."
Well, you do that to my mom. I'll
She's
bring
like,
yours
"What am
out
I-"
here right now.
She goes, "What am I going to do?" I said, "Matt's going to ask you questions."
Which?
So-
what? Me? Oh, yeah.
You got me thinking, man, we are not staying to our notes
We're
at all.
not.
So you got me thinking the other day when you said you bought your mom that shirt, the Masticat, the
The
Masticitten. or whatever.
Meowstodon.
Yeah.
Meowstodon?
I
Yeah.
bought her a shirt, and it's the Hunter album cover, but instead of
Yeah. It's
the Hunter mask, the bull, it's cats.
Oh, that's funny.
So that got me thinking. That was really cool. I'm thinking about, from now on, at every occasion, buying my mom a brutal metal shirt.
Go to brutalkittens.com.
No. I'm talking about the real deal.
Oh,
Like a hammer smashed face shirt. Cannibal Corpse. Here you go, Mom. Just to see if how many of these shirts she'll wear. Like, where's the limit? You
My
know?
mom would.
Like-
There's no way my mom would wear anything
By the way,
like that.
what do you call a pile of kittens?
Lots of pussy?
A mountain.
Oh, okay.
I bought her like 5 shirts. I bought her Meowstodon. I bought her Hiss, which is all the Kiss guys, but they're cats.
Yeah.
All 4 of them, not just one. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm gonna go the
else?
straight up. Let's see what shirts I can, like a cattle decap. That's what you need to do. You need
Cattle
to tell that company cattle.
decapitation?
Yeah,
There's the hiss one.
It's funny.
I'm gonna get my mom a cattle decapitation shirt. See if
That's-
she'll wear it.
That's what you need to do. There's Mealstodon.
Mealstodon.
Uh,
She likes it too, huh?
Yeah, she wears them around, and she says people have come up to her and we're like, oh,
Is there
that's a
no Bon Jovi cat shirt that you could get
I
her?
couldn't find a Bon Jovi cat shirts. God, there's another one I got her, and I can't remember what it was. I bought her like 3 or 4, and the other one was Greatness.
Yeah.
I
All right,
don't
I'm
know
gonna
what it
say
is.
one more thing real quick, as long as we're talking about Mastodon and Promise, and
Well, I
this is
wanna
a
hear
request
about
to.
his
Yeah.
trip.
Okay, before you tell us about your trip down to Austin, because that looked really cool. I need an editor. Like I've told you this, and I was very underwhelmed with what I wrote this last article for Blitz.
Greatness.
It was but I was also I was like you last week, high on allergy medicine, 4000 BX9, because I had one of the worst allergy attacks I'd ever had.
did you break out in hives? Or what?
I had the itchy throat, the eye was swollen shut, and all kinds of stuff.
God, I
But
hate
I'm
that.
serious. If anyone knows an editor or that knows how to edit and stuff, because I need it. I have good thoughts. I don't put them down well enough to not have an editor. And I really need to send this over to someone, because every time that I think, oh yeah, that's good, I'll send it over. I'll proofread it and try to do my own editing stuff. And then Dustin will post it, and I'll be like, shit, total shit. Pull it down. And by that time, it's too late. So if anyone knows someone that all you got to do, it's rarely over a page long. It's not very long usually, but I just need someone to edit.
Joe said he would edit at one point.
Joe,
We just need quick turnaround. We
Someone?
can't let someone.
yeah, that's
hold
the
on
only
to 'em
that's the
for
other
quick
thing that
turnaround.
sucks is
Kentucky.
we try to get our shit done within 24 hours of from when the show
Yeah.
ended is kind of our marker. But if you want to edit and you're good at English, the language,
English.
and the way of the writings of Americas, then hit us up.
So I'm looking here. I bought her the Meowstodon, the Hiss, and the Joy Division one. It's
Have you not gotten the
go back.
the
The
what's
Cat-
Ray's company?
it's
His
Cat
art,
Division.
the Pussy House Productions.
No, I haven't got a pussy house yet.
Yeah, you need to get him
I
one of
need to get
those
him
of
one of
the Illuminati, the cat Illuminati.
So let's hear about your trip down there. This was at the Austin 360 Amphitheater at the
Amphitheater.
racetrack,
Yep.
and
Rep.
this
Rope-
was a
rope buggy.
trip that your lady friend bought you.
Yep. They were it was my birthday present from her. VIP Primus tickets for herself and I, in which we got to park at the very front lot right by the entrance, which is badass. And we had to okay, so I'll start from the beginning. We flew down there because I get flight privileges.
I'm going
thankfully.
to start at the very beginning, when you were born.
I was
Let's
born
start
on
there.
I was born on a Monday, March 12th,
All right.
1979. All right, so
Can we do a show like that someday, Matt, where we just bring you in here and go, all right, we want to take this way back. Let's talk about the day that you were born. And
Into
just
this
you
world.
take us every day by day
Yeah.
up until this point.
All right. Anyway, so y'all flew down there.
yeah, so we flew down there, which honestly, for the time that we spent at the airport getting there, and then we were only like 30 minutes in the air, and then we landed. And whenever we got our rental car, we could have driven down there in the same amount. But
That's the thing with the trip to Austin. I try to tell everybody the flight is not worth it.
yeah, but I didn't have to pay anything. Plus, I wanted to see what it was like to fly standby because I'm supposed to be going to New York next weekend
And you wanted to play roulette with the window, right?
with the broken. No windows were broken on this trip, and the engines were intact.
Okay,
If that's where you're going.
Yeah, I don't know. You don't want to say where you work. Did you already say it accidentally?
No, I didn't.
Okay, good. Are you
'Cause-
worried though?
No, I'm not worried.
Another
If I
one
wa-
of your
No, man,
planes
dude,
had
they
issues this
fucking
week.
yeah. Well,
A flight to Denver lost cabin pressure.
not you, but someone
Yeah.
that looks just like you and sounds like you works for a company that's had some issues. And like, at what point does the FAA, right? Just say, hey, we're fucking done here.
No.
Everything's grounded. Is that not even being talked about?
No.
Has your
no.
buddy told you anything?
It is being talked about on the federal level because they are putting investigations in on this on the maintenance records to see if if those planes aren't being too stressed out and the fleet needs to be replaced.
Well, I'm sure the FAA's got to do their job in some aspects, but don't ask me about the details because I don't know about them.
Well, you don't work there, so we don't need to talk about that.
But you still like flying them.
Mm-hmm. I
Because
do.
it's free. Putting your life on the line is worth the price of free.
Well, it's because most of their fleet is made out of that one plane, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
their majority of their fleet is that one plane, which is the
737-400.
737. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, man. We chased a rabbit there.
That's cool. So, yeah, we got there about a little after noon on Friday, and I'm glad that we checked the VIP package.
You know what?
Because,
We should do a race one weekend.
what, down to Austin?
Uh-huh.
I don't...
Like American and Southwest.
You leave your house at the same time I leave my house,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll drive.
But I think the tarmac time there at Southwest is a little like at the what's the airport over there? I forgot the fucking name of it.
Love field.
Love
Love Field.
Field. I think Love Field's tarmac time's a little quicker.
Oh,
than
it's way
DFW.
quick because you pull
It's a
out
lot
of the
smaller
gate.
than DFW.
You pull out of the gate, you don't even really
Right,
wait in line.
right. It's DFW that it's been documented that it takes less time
But
to
you
drive
still
down
got to
there.
drive over there.
So you're going to
You
go from
still
here?
have he leaves his front door, I leave
no,
my
dude,
front
let's
door.
do this. You both have to meet at Texas Billiards and drink like 3 drinks.
And get behind the wheel? Nope.
No, because then I'd have to stop to piss, and all he's got to do is walk
Uber.
to the back of the airplane.
I know.
While it's still traveling, I have to stop. He has no.
Yeah, no. Okay.
It's not fair. Anyway,
Anyway, so I'm glad I looked at the information for the VIP event because the ticket says the show starts at 7. So we're like, okay, cool, we got some time to burn. But then I looked at the actual VIP pass. We actually had to be there no earlier than 3:45. That's whenever they started letting the VIP ticket holders in.
no earlier than 3:45.
Yeah, because they actually started at 4:30. So the first part of the event, Primus came. Well, actually, first off, they gave us some pretty cool merch. I got a Primus 2018 tour backpack, an autographed poster by the band, a VIP lanyard and wristband too. And anyway, after all that, they led us back to a pavilion, kind of like at the back of the venue.
By the
Wait.
tower.
Yeah, actually, it was actually by the racetrack itself.
Okay.
Yeah, not directly by the tower. So we chilled out there for about 30 minutes, got to mingle with some of the other people. There were only I think 30 people total back there. And then Primus comes out, and they sit down on some stools and like a backdrop that they set up for them for their Q&A session, which really only lasted about, I want to say, 20 minutes total.
What kind of questions were asked? Was it all stupid stuff, or was there some
No,
decent questions?
not entirely. There were some decent questions. Unfortunately, I didn't get to ask him.
Did you ask him
because
about Metallica?
I didn't get to ask him any questions because they couldn't get to
You
me.
had one fucking job.
So my only bitch about the entire experience really is, okay, the venue had a host for the whole VIP experience. He had a small PA and a microphone. You would think that he would have given the microphone to the band, and whenever they started their Q&A sessions, he would pass the microphone back from the band
That's
members
not what happened, huh?
to the
Right.
the fan asking the question. No, he held it the entire time, and while they're
You could have done a better job.
doing their spiel, you got Mastodon sound checking and planes flying overhead,
Oh,
so I couldn't
God
hear
damn
half
it.
this shit going on. Yeah, it was. It was
You didn't
dumb.
throw. Did you wear a hat?
No,
Because Dustin would have thrown his hat down if he'd been looking forward to something
No.
like that. He'd have probably thrown his.
Dustin
fucking
would
hat
have
down.
gone, "We can't hear you.
Yeah, we'd have got thrown out.
Can they have the mic?"
So you could have done a better job
That would
if
have
you
been
would have
me.
emceed it.
of hosting, yeah,
Yeah.
So I at least would have done that. Anyway, but yeah, they were on like a really strict timeline for that. So anyway, after the Q&A session was over, which my question I would have asked him
Yeah, let's hear
is, would
Are you
he?
gay?
Wait. Okay, time out.
Okay, specifically
Wait.
Les Claypool.
Okay, Les Claypool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be the host. Okay, you be the fanboy, and you be Les. Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna do this.
All right.
But he's not Les, so okay, role play.
Well, that's what. You know how to LARP. Don't play. Don't play in here. You know what we're doing.
I was in theater for 2 years. I
If
know how
I'm
to
Les
act.
Claypool, I'm already ready to walk out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Last question, or we got a couple more questions here. Let's see.
I'm raising my
you
hand.
look like you got this bought by your girlfriend as a present and are here to have a good time. What's your name?
My name is Matt.
Matt?
RoboTuner.
Matt Robotuner? What would you like to ask Mr. Claypool?
Why are you named RoboTutor?
That's a long story, but my question is, knowing that you're a bassist and you played a lot of unconventional bass-type instruments like the bass banjo and like the bass resonator, would you ever consider playing an octabass?
That's a good question, Mr. Claypool. You mind answering them?
I've been playing one for the last 12 years. Where have you been?
Is that all?
What's funny is that he
Do you have a
actually
follow-up?
sounds like that, but he without the southern drawl, of
Mr.
course.
Thomas,
Yeah,
do you have
takes
which is weird that I know your last name, but do you have a follow-up question for Mr. Les Claypool?
You must not be a good super fan if you didn't know I already been playing that for like 12 years.
Do you even know? Okay,
Okay.
out of character, do you even know what an octabass is?
Son of a bitch. We're playing right now. This is our theater.
Yes, man, I
Okay.
do.
Okay,
Next question. Yeah. I got a question. Mr. Claypool.
How much have you had to drink today?
he actually did make some quips like that.
You didn't ask anything about Metallica.
Why? Why would you waste your question on Metallica?
Just to see it.
Hey, man.
I
I'm a
already know
huge
the whole
fan.
story about that, so
So-
why would I bother
I'm
asking?
a huge
it?
fan
You
of
ever heard
Metallica.
of Cliff Burton?
How come you're not as good as Cliff?
Oh shit!
Do it again.
Oh, okay. Now I'm you. I'm Dustin. All right, now you're the MC, okay? And you ask.
I'm done, dude. I don't want to role play this anymore. I still got more
Why?
to talk
I got
about.
one more question. Dustin has a question for Mr. Claypool. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah, you role play.
still
'cause I don't know
married?
where you're going with this, anyway. so.
Yes, you there, sir. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. My name's Dustin. I'm from North Richland Hills, Texas. I shoot for the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders and run a podcast show called the Jerry Jonestown Massacre Podcast Show.
I know.
I also
I've heard it a million times. Every
Oh,
episode.
really?
I'm a huge fan.
really. I've also been to Africa. I've been to Dubai. I've
Don't forget Ireland,
Ireland. I'm about to go on a cruise.
and
And,
England, and where else?
Greece.
Greece.
So
Italy,
I just got one question for you.
Kauai. Yeah.
Got one question for you.
Yeah, what might that be? Hurry up, I gotta go eat my Tostitos.
So, have you ever heard of Cliff Burton?
Yeah, isn't everybody?
So, what does it feel like to not be him?
I don't know. Why don't you go ask Troy?
That wasn't the question.
no shit, he really said something like that. during the
I guess it's
Q&A
good that
session.
we didn't go.
Yeah.
Really, the most ridiculous question I think was asked by it was, is there any way that you could give me some of your bass magic? He's like, oh, well, like some fairy dust or something. It's like, okay, here you go, bling.
I would have asked this. Are you sure? Or go ahead. You're Mr. Claypool.
Yes.
Go ahead. To who?
Go ahead.
Him or me?
Are you sure 100% that Jerry was a race car driver?
It's a song, asshole. Get the hell out of here.
Well, did you have a good time
Oh yeah,
overall? What was?
yeah. But
Did you get laid?
later that night, I did.
Okay, good.
Anyway,
deal.
parking
Good
lot?
deal.
I did
Good
get
deal.
my no, not at the hotel. I did get my picture taken with him and and Shelly did too. And then after the pictures were done, he actually invited us all over and to like the bench area in the pavilion, and he told us about
Cuckold?
his wine business that he has with his wife. I actually got to sample
He
some
does?
of it afterwards.
He's got
Is
a
it
wine business?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Did you get a business card or something?
He
What wine
actually
is it?
wasn't handing it. He actually wasn't handing out business cards or anything like that. But we did get to sample some, like one white wine and one red wine.
What wine is it? Do you know the name? Do you know the label?
No, I'd have to look it up. But
Barefoot?
The
I
whole
guess I have
reason,
to go hop on Google and find out what my wife
Yellowtail.
makes.
yeah, the whole reason why he does these VIP events, which he only started doing
Strawberry
like
Hill.
2 tours ago. No, it's on
So
Strawberry
is he
Hill.
as eccentric as he
I wasn't
appears
finished
to
talking.
be? Oh, sorry.
Jeez. You sit the fuck down.
All else I was going to say is that the main reason why he does these VIP events is so he can promote his wine business. He was saying that both his kids are like in their 20s and moved out of the house now, and this is like
So
He
he doesn't
considers
give
this
a
his party-
shit about
party
the
years.
fans. He just wants to promote wine.
no, he does give a shit about the fans, but he's doing the VIP meet and greets for his mainly for his
For the
wife.
wife.
Yeah.
So that was the only bad question. Was the last one, or that one that you just mentioned? There wasn't any more retarded questions like "You like Texas?"
There was a question about Whataburger versus In-N-Out.
What he's, I don't know what you're talking about.
He'd never heard of Whataburger.
God bless.
That's
him,
why
man.
he's a
serious,
commie.
man.
So, did you, with you getting there early, did you get to see anybody that was part of the Mastodon Guitar Clinic thing?
No, but I did see Braun Daler and I saw Bill Keller here while we were in the VIP
I saw you
tent.
took a picture of
I
Bill.
Saw, yeah, I saw you.
Yeah, I didn't snap one of Braun, but Braun like waved to our tent as he was walking by. Bill was on his phone.
Because Bill's
Yeah.
been doing that,
I thought it was Brent
Also-
was doing it.
and Brent. They were both doing it.
Looks cool.
Yeah, Mastodon had their
Looks
own
cool.
VIP package they were selling. I saw it
I
on
just
my
didn't know if
Facebook
you
feed.
Did they do that for
see
the
it.
Dallas date?
Yeah.
Huh.
You had to be out there like really early,
Yeah.
like really, really early to do it, but it was a 1-hour guitar clinic with either one of them.
Straight going to Blood and Thunder. Like
Just show me the riff.
Brent. No,
Look.
Brent, watch.
You know what? You should pull me on stage tonight.
And I just look at him like Dave would look at him.
What'd you think of the 360 amphitheater?
As a venue,
Yeah.
I thought the mixes were really good, but the vocals were a little low for all three bands.
You didn't feel that it echoed or the sound kind of bounced out?
Not from where I was, because I was in the front row, very center, right behind the pit.
That's why.
Which the only thing that pissed me off about that is like
You couldn't
during
get in the
Primus.
pit?
No. Well, during Primus, fucking 5 people rushed up at different times, watching out for security, and as soon as they saw him walk by, they fucking jumped to the railing to get in the pit. But that pissed me off because Shelly was sitting down, so all these people were blocking her view.
Did I got a question. Did Brent talk about? Did he ask the crowd to
Why'd she sit
vape?
down? It's a concert.
Well, she did it
To use their
sometimes. but
vaporizers, like he did in Dallas?
Yeah.
Which that was cool. That was something that we've
They
never
did say
seen.
something about that.
We have
Brent
never
did, yeah.
seen Mastodon have an issue where they had to stall like they did at that show,
That was kind of cool.
and it was cool.
Because then we got to hear
Brent talked.
And
Braun was
Troy?
like, yeah, Troy talked. And
Troy was all.
the only one that didn't
World?
talk was Bill. Really,
Yeah.
or did he say something too?
No, Bill really didn't say anything.
Bill didn't say anything on stage when I saw him.
But it-
Yeah, Troy was all up there like, all right, it's the Troy Comedy Hour.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now
yeah.
we get to hear her.
And then Brent was calling for the vaporizers to be
Yeah.
busted out.
They were having problems with their visuals.
Oh, were they?
and they
Sinking
also
and,
they also had a snare go out. I
yeah,
think is what
the-
Jesse said.
One of the snares broke.
That's why
Really?
that's why we didn't get to see Blood and Thunder
Blood and Thunder.
for the first time ever. We watched a Mastodon show and did not get. Did they
That's the first
get to
time
Blood
I've
and
seen
Thunder?
Mother Puncher in forever.
Did they get to Blood and Thunder on the Austin date?
Did they? I
You
think
know,
they. Yeah, that's the
look
one
that
that goes
up
do 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 do.
Nope.
No, that's not it.
No, that sounds like something.
No,
else.
wait, Blood and Thunder's. Okay, no, they didn't play that. Yeah.
Mastodon. Anyway, I told Dustin that I think I'm gonna start attacking these shows that are coming to town a lot harder and finding out how we can actually have some kind of access to them, because I think we would do good interviews.
I mean, just look at the one we just did with Matt. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
We'll role play just like
We
we
will.
did. Just like we did.
Wait a
Are we gonna do emails?
Yeah,
was
we
a
need to
road-
get to emails. There was one other thing.
train
Hold on,
wreck.
let me look here. Everything's a train wreck. Oh, I went to on Saturday. I went with my wife, being the supporting husband I am. I went out to her blacklight run out at your
Yeah.
former place, the Texas Motor
I
Speedway.
used to want
Yeah,
to do
doesn't she
that.
do that every year?
Now,
It looks
you've
cool,
told
man.
me in the past that they run through the center of the track.
That's the 5K that they do during the
they
holidays.
what they're supposed to do.
I haven't done the blacklight though.
Is they've set neon up, or
Mhm.
they set black lights up throughout the course, and they cover you with
It's a 5K, right?
fluorescent liquid or fluorescent powder or whatever, so you glow as you run. This was the most unorganized BS total screw up of a 5K I've ever seen in my life.
The one that I've done out there is the one that's done by the people that do the Fort Worth Marathon, and it's actually done right. It's the holiday one,
Yeah,
but I've
the
always
holiday
wanted to
Fort
do the one you're talking about.
So-
until now,
There were people leaving the event with clean white shirts.
like they didn't
Wow.
get any juice spread on them.
Jennifer said the
Or
first
they got
station
pissed off, they just left.
the first station they came to, the people were busy playing on their phones and not throwing the powder or the liquid on them. at all.
How much was this? Like $30,
20
$60?
bucks, something like that. $20.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed.
It got. I was watching, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some cool stuff because I went out there with my camera. I was like, I'm gonna do some long exposure of people running because everybody's got lights on and glow sticks and all this stuff. I was like, I'm gonna do some long exposure shots. So I set up midway through the course, and halfway through the course, I already have a camera on me, so we got two. I got a left and a right.
Yeah, give me some screen time.
we just
got
did.
some.
Your whole story about
Counts
Primus.
back to me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm set up midway through the course, and they come running through. First off, they were letting people go in waves, which is normal, but they were small waves. Jennifer and her girlfriends didn't run. They got in line, staged, and it was an hour and a half later that they finally crossed the starting line.
Dear God.
They were pissed, and she was already sending
What
me
time did
messages
you
like,
what time
"I'm
did you go
done,
out
I'm
there?"
done. I'm done.
Or what time did she get out there?
We got there at 7.
What time did you leave?
The race supposed to start at 8:30. When they saw me on the course doing these long exposure shots, they came over and was like, "This is terrible." And I was like, everybody that's running by me said this is the worst blacklight 5K they've ever done and the worst 5K altogether. People were getting hurt. They were falling down. The trail
no.
wasn't lit. So, and they're running on gravel because it's all, they didn't go into the racetrack at all. It was on the outside.
See, the holiday one they do, and they go up into the stands.
No, this was all in the grass parking lot and gravel parking lots.
Ah, man.
Oh,
So
shit.
people were getting hurt. People were falling down, ripping their knees open.
Ooh.
And like everybody was bitching. And when they came to me, I was like, well,
They have free beer?
I was like, do you guys want to leave now? Because the way I came is down this path right here that leads us right out of here. And they were like, yeah, we're done. We
They
don't want to do
didn't
this
finish
anymore.
the race? They're
Well,
like, fuck this, we're out.
so we start walking across the way, and some other people start following us like they were done.
Started a mass exodus?
Then we look a little
Like
bit further,
Moses.
like where I was, there was a turn, and it kind of turned back. And we looked down the way, and everybody a little further down from where I was standing is cutting the track in half. And they're not even going to this after party. They're going straight to the parking lot to their cars.
And they give free beer at those things.
So
they didn't. They were like,
no,
"Fuck it, it's
no
not even worth
free
the
beer.
free beer."
no
wait,
free beer.
Wait a second.
After the race, if you wanted
You have
water,
milk.
they had cups. They had little tiny half solo cups that they were just using a water hose to spray water in them.
That's
And
bullshit.
You gotta
they
be kidding
said,
me.
They said
They didn't have waffles or anything.
no. They said everything was
Waffles?
all.
Like
they
the-
were out of colors
They
at
do
every
pancakes
station.
and stuff.
They had ran out of color at every station, but yet they were giving away color bags to everybody that crossed the finish line
To color yourself,
to color
to take
yourself.
a picture and tag it.
Then there was supposed
they
to be
did
this
it.
huge after party. Well, we're watching the Facebook page. Everybody's bitching on the Facebook page. It's gold. It's gold. And so we're watching it, and someone said that as soon as the last person crossed the finish line, there was supposed to be this after party that went on to like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
After they crossed the finish line and went over there to start partying, 10 minutes later, they started tearing down the stage, and the DJ killed his gear. And they just
Wow,
packed it.
man.
It was an entire cash event.
Is this okay? They do this every year. Is this the same company that they use every year? Because they do it. Because
So
like the rock and roll marathon and half marathon and stuff, that's a big company. Like,
well, there's a couple of different companies that do this, and I
did you
think
get
this
it?
is
Was it a
called
cheese ball one?
Go Light or Go Run, something like that. We ended up finding out who put all this
to
together,
complain.
and that company ended up contacting Jennifer, and asking for they wanted a survey, and Jennifer's like, well, I want my money back, blah 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 blah, but apparently
call ended
this
up-
is one of those big companies that then kind of
Subbed it out or something.
help other people set these events up.
Oh, so they're
So it was a
And this
localized fumble.
event
and this-
coordinator. Yeah.
Yeah, and this was the first time these people had coordinated an event like this, and it was terrible. And there was, I kid you not, there's about 5,000 or 6,000 people out there,
Man,
and they were pissed. And it was another crock was
Damn.
to get your packet, your race packet that they normally give you with your shirt, your bib number, and all that crap.
Yeah.
You had to go to
Was it chipped?
Academy.
Was it a chipped event? Like, were they keeping?
Who knows?
Oh, because yeah,
No one knows. So
the bib. Well,
the bibs normally have them in it.
or they give you something to put on your shoe.
On the shoe, yeah. So the Academy up in Watauga
Wautauga?
Waltalgo, was the place to go pick up your packet. Well, the only time you could pick up your packet was between like business hours on Friday, or Thursday. What it was, business hours on Thursday. So there wasn't any time for when people got off to go up there and pick it up. So a lot of people didn't go pick up their packet until the day of the race. If you waited till the day of the race, it was an extra $5 to get your race packet. They were charging people. It was
Man.
the shittiest event I've ever seen in my life.
What was it?
Ever
Did you
seen.
look up who put it on? I mean, give credit where credit's due.
They're
Someone-
called Blacklight Run.
That's the
Fort
national
Wor-
company.
The Blacklight Run, and the national company was Go Light or Go Run or something like that.
Okay.
I'd have to ask. But yeah, Blacklight Run Fort Worth. If you want to read some genius, it's go to Blacklight Run Fort Worth
On
Facebook
Facebook?
page. It's so good. So good. And you have a promo you wanted to throw out real quick.
I do.
Shoot it.
In Wautauga, Texas, there's a bar called Texas Billiards Bar and Grill on Watauga Road and Roof Snow.
We've
Well-
talked about this place once or twice.
Yeah. DJ Notley will be there this Friday. I think I start at like 10 o'clock, maybe?
Wait, that's you?
9 o'clock. And I'm substitute DJing for Lee.
Oh.
So come up there, make your request, put in for your karaoke.
Are you going
I'll
all
be
night?
there.
Is this a place I can go after the House Harkonnen show?
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, their yearly gig.
What? I'm missing a HK show?
HK and Mothership at Trees.
Mm.
Can I come up there afterwards? You can be going all night?
Yes. I guess.
What night is
Are
this
you
again?
kidding me, man?
Friday
They're-
night.
House Harkonnen's playing at Trees,
With
and I got a
Mothership.
DJ.
Yeah.
But I'm
and Mountain of Smoke, I think. It's a loaded bill. It's a loaded bill.
so all three bands that I love to watch are going to play one night in Dallas.
That you
the
want to
night
be
that I'm
DJ Lee.
going to be DJ Notley.
Just set up an iPod. It'll be the same.
I actually had to play DJ on Saturday night.
How'd that go?
It was actually my daughter's Girl Scout troops, like, regional party. And it was actually a Glow Light, Blacklight event, too,
Huh?
on the same subject.
Are they still the Girl Scouts?
Yeah.
Yes, they are. It was the Boy Scouts that are now gender neutral.
we never really talked about
I thought
that
they
either.
were going to absorb each other
It's news.
like men and women do. The men.
Did you hear the show that we listened to about that whole thing?
Yeah.
About how that was pressure from them clamping down too much because of the two certain religion. I think the Catholics and the
Mormons.
Mormons have so much
Thought you were going to say
sweat
Cthulhu.
equity and stuff involved with the Boy Scouts that they did not. They've given the bird so much to homosexuals and other people, the LGBTQ. I don't know the rest of them.
Well, and the Girl Scouts
So
are
they
just
felt
as
like they-
guilty because they just want the girls to sell cookies.
yeah.
It's all a big ramp up to the big cookie sell off.
I wonder what's going to happen to the Girl Scouts now.
They're gonna die.
Or is it the Boy Scouts that are just going to take a hit on this?
I don't
Because
know.
As
Go
far as
to-
the media is concerned, I've just seen Boy Scouts taking a hit.
Go to the Indian Guides. That's what I was.
well, you know what they had in the Southern Baptist religion? It was called the Royal Ambassadors. And I always misspoke and said the Royal Bastards. So I'd go, "Excuse me, sir. I would like to sell you some cookies today to help the boys of the Royal Ambassadors of Southern Baptist culture." And they would look at me like I was a fucking tardo.
I think that guy's.
Oops, I can't say that anymore.
I think that
forgot.
guy's
I
a
swear.
crackhead. He's a crackhead.
The one on
Office.
Office. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. All right, let's
Orlando
do some emails.
Jones,
We
yeah.
haven't done these in a while. Oh, it was Orlando Jones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's Orlando Jones, the Sprite dude.
All right, I'm going back in time here. Natalie, Fortress Fest.
Natalie.
Hey guys, I saw you at Fortress Fest. Me and my
Natalie.
girlfriend were gonna go up and say and tried to get y'all to sign our tits, but my friend said that you guys would think that was stupid, so we didn't. But
I
next
don't
time I
remember,
see
whoa,
you,
time out. I don't remember making that policy. Do you?
no, we're totally open. We are not. We don't follow the Me Too clause.
DustinSchneider@gmail.com.
To us, it's
Dustin
not
Schneider at
hashtag
gmail.com.
Me Too.
And BigTime21 at
To us.
Excite.com.
It's pound Me Too.
You didn't think I'd remember that, did you, Stubbs?
Ours.
Pound me too.
I like that
Pound
joke.
Me Too.
But it's also hashtag What we do best is hashtag please me too.
Yes. Hashtag please. But next time I see you out and about, I will come up and say hi. Friday night at Billiards, you can go see Matt.
I'll be there.
DJ.
Yeah,
I
come
promise
on,
to
Natalie.
not try and trick you into feeling up my tits if we're not drunk. There's no trick. It's no trickery.
Well, I'll be at work if she comes to
Natalie.
Billiards. Now, if she runs into you down at
HK
trees,
and
at
trees.
the House of Country show, then you can do whatever. But I'll be on the clock,
Hey,
sir.
You
okay?
pick your band, you pick the set, and I'll hold on the whole time.
I will not. DJ Notley takes his set seriously. But come on down. Texas Billiards.
I will have a camera in my hand.
Otago. Road.
Marlon, I don't know if we're supposed to read this. Marlon, are you still in the chat room? Are we supposed to read this idea?
And
No one's in
no,
the
he's
chat
not in
room,
there.
man. We got nobody today listening to
There-
us.
That one doesn't show right because it's on
Do we
some
have
weird
numbers?
thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this one's right. I don't know.
Marlon's email.
Yeah. Okay, I'll read this. He says, I'm gifting you this genius idea. I have this idea, and it was too good not to share. You need to change the name of your show to the Jesus Jonestown Massacre and switch your format to only discuss 90s alternative bands with no more than one hit. It will be unbelievable. Oh. Hope all is
Yeah.
well.
I got it. EMF.
Keep up the good work. Yes.
You're unbelievable.
Oh.
That's a good idea.
I told him next
There's
radio.
some 90s, like, what was the one that did?
Crash Test Dummies.
Crash
Yeah.
Test Dummies.
Once there was this girl. We've done this on the show.
Jesus
haven't we?
Jones.
Yeah.
Soup Dragons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spin
yeah.
Dragons.
Divine Thing. They actually had 2 hits.
Dig.
What was the one that did the.
Tad.
Is Spin Dragons, right? The-
Paul.
Go ahead now if you want to call me
Spin
baby.
Doctors.
Spin
Spin
Doctors,
Doctors, right?
not
Yeah.
Spin Dragons.
Oh, did I say Spin Dragons?
Yeah.
They were actually a 2 or 3 hit wonder.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the only one I remember.
Little
them
Miss
doing.
Can't Be Wrong.
Remember their
Little
bass
Miss,
player
Little
looked like a
Miss, Little
fucking
Miss
hitman
Can't
from
Be
the
Wrong.
Mafia?
That's Mark White, yeah.
It looked like a fucking hitman.
Of course you'd know that name.
He was a badass. He was a left-handed funk slapper.
What about...
Better than Les Claypool.
Here's another one. From Jeff. Or Jeff in Austin.
Oh, okay, not Jeff the Lord.
We haven't heard from Jeff in a while.
Stubbs. Matt never ceases
me?
to amaze me. One minute he's bringing up the greatness of Stryper. The next minute he's playing Home Sweet Home on the piano.
Ha! I forgot about that.
I
Where
thought
the
that was you.
hell did that come from?
That was you. That's right. I thought it
Yeah.
was you, Dustin.
That was me. The metal shows are amazing. Please keep them coming because the guests you have on right now suck.
Whoa!
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
Sorry, Matt.
I'm at work. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, please keep
No,
them
that's
coming
okay, man.
because the guest you have on right now sucks. I'm just kidding. I'm at work and you guys aren't even doing a show yet. I'm not even sure who tonight's guest is. And the You're the Bitch, Jeff and Austin.
We need to hang out with Jeff, man.
you motherfucker.
We went down
See
to
him every
Austin
once
the
in a
other day. I've never met him. Have I?
Yeah, but I thought you had. Yeah.
At the place establishment.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about what he's doing yet.
Okay,
But
so
he's
we
been
won't. Then.
building something for 2 years and I'm supposed to do all the photo work for it.
Cool.
I think so. So, all right.
Thanks for the
so
email,
then
Jeff.
We have,
And thank you for
let's see here.
listening.
Nathan.
Explosion.
Hey guys, I don't know if I'm supposed to read this one. Hey guys, I'm coming. I keep on coming. What?
What?
Hey guys, I keep on coming so many tweets about your website on Twitter. That's a weird sentence. I keep on coming so many tweets about website on your Twitter.
All right. Well, we'll go with it.
I was wondering whether you are doing this manually or by using Meaning's Twitter Social Signals Boss SEO software.
Did you pull this from your spam folder?
If you're using the software, could you please let me know your experience with it, as I also want to get it for my new blog. Cheers,
The fuck
Nathan.
are you talking about, Nathan? Vaping Motorhead?
Vapingmotorhead at gmail.com.
Are we allowed to do that?
I don't know.
We just did.
We just did.
But Nathan, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah,
Go
what
ahead and give him a say. What the fuck is your problem?
Yo, what the fuck is your problem, man?
I don't get it.
Virginia.
Is this a joke?
I
Wait,
don't-
I'm
I
not
don't-
done with this.
I don't know what it is.
Meet Virginia.
Is this a joke, Nathan?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Like, ha ha, funny?
you get your shine box.
No, Nathan, thank you for the email. We don't know what you're talking about.
Virginia, can you do me a favor and point me in the right direction for who to speak with about your website?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, we're not going to read the rest of that.
Virginia, thank you for the email.
And one more. Oh, and it's got a picture.
Uh-oh.
Oh, let me
Ooh,
see.
guess who?
Hey, boys. Why can't I leave little heart emojis
Good
on your message page?
Gosh.
Oh, well, I hope you boys enjoy this. XXOO. It's been a while. And it's been a while. Oh my God.
Huh.
We can't use that as a show picture.
That's not hashtag me too appropriate.
That's a nice
At
pair of
all.
C's right there and tan lines too.
Okay, Jeff, when are we going to hang out?
Wow. You go back to Jeff after this. I just say we have a moment of silence looking at this.
What is she doing with her hand?
Covering up that area so we only see the areas up top.
Or she could be washing it.
No, she don't want to get soap in it. That stings, right?
Why does she not want to wash her face?
How would you know?
It seems to be that she's washing her areas, and that's it.
Maybe she's already washed her face. Look,
I
her
like-
hair's wet.
I like how me rubbing my mouse pad over her is doing nothing.
It's not tactile interface there.
Yeah, are you expecting some kind of
thank you so much for this picture.
simulated stimulation or something like that? It's not a XXX game, man. It's just a picture.
What are you talking about? There's actual games where you can use your pointer. What are you okay?
That's nice.
Yeah, thanks.
I want to jump to this stuff we have down here real
Spit.
quick. Fort Worth is putting a smoking ban. 90 days. You can no longer smoke in parks. In
Yeah, they're
city
kinda dumb.
parks.
And this is funny because I was just talking about this the other day. The first place that I think I ran into, we're not going to allow smoking anymore around anywhere, was Austin. It happened right after. Remember when it started out in L.A. and then Dave Grohl and all those guys went in and were like, "Fuck this!"
Right after 9/11.
Right after 9/11.
Thanks, Bin Laden.
Well, the first place. Thanks, Obama.
No, Bin Laden.
Oh,
Obama
Thanks,
was on our
Obama.
side.
anyway, the first time that I had heard of it in Texas was a trip down to, I think we might have gone to South by Southwest, and all of a sudden you couldn't smoke. They're causing a hissy about it, right?
Mhm.
Well, we knew the writing was on the wall then, or we've talked about this a few times, that it was eventually going to come to Dallas, and shortly after it came to Dallas, and we knew eventually it would get to Fort Worth. The thing that's funny about this, because over on January 1st they passed in Fort Worth that you can't smoke in bars anymore, right? But there's a few bars that are getting away with it, which I'm still not sure how they get away with it.
I'm gonna call them in.
Who?
The bars that are trying to get away with it.
You should.
I am.
Or Becky Oliver. Get her on the case.
I'll get one of them.
But here's what we noticed last time we were in Austin. The backlash. Now, all of a sudden, I think we've gone so far left in that there's a backlash. And in Austin, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but the kids are smoking, and they're smoking wherever they want. They're like, fuck you. We can bring our dogs. We can bring our dogs where we want, and we can smoke cigarettes now. And it's gotten cool again for the kids to start smoking because I think it's a backlash of you don't tell us what to do, and we're in such a state of chaos as far as our social behaviors right now. No one knows. I keep feeling like I have a spider on me. No one knows, like, what is actually hardcore left and what's hardcore right. Let me be a free thinker. If I want to smoke, I'll smoke, and I think that's what's happening down in Austin. It's funny. It's like people have gone so far overboard that they're right back to where the other side of the argument begins on a lot of issues.
I can see that. I know when we were down there last time, and when I was down there for the Jesse Fry show,
A lot more smokers.
a lot of people are smoking out on the sidewalks and the streets, and that's the social scene now. The bar's kind of empty. You can get a drink pretty good because after a band plays a set, everybody goes outside to smoke.
Remember the boat? How many kids were smoking on the boat?
Up top, yeah. But it was one of those things, like, it made it difficult to know where to enter the bar or club or to pay for the bouncer.
Where can I have my
or
drink and where can I not have my drink?
Where can I go? What can I do? Type thing. A lot of the bars are old and they don't have the space for a patio
Yeah.
or an upstairs area or an outside area of any sort of out the back because it goes straight to an alley.
Yeah.
It's a very, very weird scene down there. Fort Worth doesn't have as compact of an area as Austin does, as far as the music bar venues. Everything's kind of spaced out. And if you wanted to bar hop down on 7th and you smoked, you've got time on the walk between bars to smoke a cigarette.
Well,
because
if
it's kind of a walk to everything.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
super far, but even over there where the douche bars are,
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a walk. You have time to puff a drag. real
I think
quick.
my point is, it's just like that a couple of weeks ago, there was a story that came out about the NFL cheerleaders, and it's funny that you're starting to see.
I'm not allowed to comment on that story.
Okay, well you don't have to, but that's another example of how one side of the argument right now has gone so overboard that they're almost saying the exact same thing. Like the left, let's say the left, are so going overboard about what's right and what's wrong in America, and how can you have these women wearing these things, and then this, that, and other, that they are saying the same thing that your hardcore conservative Baptist preacher would be saying about what women should and should not be able to wear and say. and
Okay,
do.
let's say that. I
it's
know what
crazy.
you're saying, because like this whole Me Too movement,
Right.
okay,
Exactly.
is a
It's a
very,
good point.
very,
very
very
good point.
left stance. It started on the left. It's a big deal, and you are telling these women now that they can't go out in public showing off their body, wearing not slutty attire but sexy attire. If you go out on the town or something, most of the time a girl would wear a beautiful cocktail dress.
Mhm.
It may show a little bit of cleavage. It may be shoulderless, sleeveless, whatever. And it's short skirt, so you see a lot of leg. You're telling these women that under the Me Too movement that they shouldn't be wearing that. And what you're
Right.
doing by saying that is now you're telling them to be conservative.
Wear your dress all the way down to your shins,
And
cover
you have
your arms,
swung
cover your
all
legs,
the way around
to where that man on the right
to now
sits.
you're on the right side of these women, telling them to be conservative in their clothes,
Right.
conservative in their outfits.
And your smoking story, I think you're almost going to see. I think you're seeing it in Austin, and I think you're going to start seeing that in the rest of the country. All of a sudden, you can't tell me not to smoke. I'll smoke. It's like they do. It's like they come full circle and end up in the same exact spot as who they were yelling at before they started the fight.
Another clothing thing that set me off this week was the gala in New York City, where all the celebrities dressed as
Illuminati?
Catholic.
No. Well, yeah.
It was a Catholic themed event, and they all dressed, and Rihanna was there in her full Pope costume, and everybody threw a
Right.
shit fit
What?
because she was dressed like a Pope. And I'm like, okay, this is a music artist that's on the left, a left music artist.
Yeah.
She's an African American woman. That does factor into the
Right.
thing. You're going to an art gala event that's a yearly thing that is super, super huge, where you
Yeah.
are supposed to be free and creative to express yourself.
It gets
And
Yeah.
the Vatican signed off on this event.
it gets
And
back
yet all I saw on my feed were all these
all this
people
backlash?
on the left
freaking out. Social
freaking
justice
out at how
warriors.
she did it. And I was like, this is someone that's on your side, that
Yeah.
you're attacking for doing this,
Uh-huh.
when she's being creative, she's being artsy.
Mhm.
It's the same thing like Madonna
It's Kanye.
doing
Look what's
things
happened to
against
Kanye.
The Like a Prayer video.
Look what's happened to Kanye
Yeah, look
lately.
at Kanye, yeah.
You're gonna fucking tell me that Kanye can't be a free thinker and say and do the things he wants to without? It's almost like
Why are you
McCarthyism.
attacking your own people?
It's like McCarthyism. Like it's like the blacklist. It's like the original blacklist. Like, oh, you're a communist. You're a Nazi. Like you can't make art now. Remember what happened in
Yeah.
Hollywood?
Yeah.
It's the same exact thing almost.
You're attacking your own people for being artists, for
being
being
artists,
creative,
right.
and expressing themselves.
It's
And
dog
you know,
eat dog. right
Then,
now.
if the right piles on, it's just kind of like, that's expected.
They're racist. Yeah, whatever.
Well, it's
Yeah.
expected that they're going to
Yeah.
be offended by this because they're
Yeah.
conservative. But when you
Oh.
start seeing
It's because
the left do it, and you start seeing, like, my Facebook feed is people on the left
Mhm.
bitching and crying about Kanye,
yeah,
about this gala.
they've become talking
about
heads.
and you're like, why
They're
are
not
you
listening to-
attacking your own people that you should be supporting for
And the
being
peace
creative and
go
Yeah.
expressing
Yeah,
themselves?
it's a big dog pile. It's just like all of a sudden, okay, we're getting really political now, but your smoking story reminded me of this. it's the same. Like right now, all of a sudden, I'm hearing sympathy for Hamas. Wait, what the fuck? Like, oh, okay, now we've gotten to the point where if you have to, there's a fork in a road, and one road leads to Trump, one road leads to Hamas. That the mainstream media's decided that they're going to go with Hamas.
They're going to side with Hamas on
Are you
things.
talking about the embassy opening in Jerusalem?
Yes. There was
that
people.
and the protests
There are
happening there?
The
videos.
Iran deal.
There are videos of people with butcher knives and meat cleavers trying to jump the fence, saying they're going to kill as many Jewish people as they or Israelis as they can, and then the mainstream media is reporting it as, "Oh, Israel just brutally attacked 50 people." They didn't attack 50 people. They attacked 50 fucking terrorists. Is what they attacked.
Here's my question: Is
This is our Alex Jones
this is
interview
this?
tape.
Well, this
Our-
really
our-
confuses
our-
me on this because
audition tape.
MSM, the mainstream media,
You're much better looking.
why
though.
are they turning their back on Jews?
Yeah.
And Jews run the
Yeah.
entertainment industry.
At the same time as they're calling people Nazis.
Not anymore. Harvey
But they're
Weinstein's
turning
been
them
blacklisted.
It's
weird.
weird. It's a weird
I
time.
really, really wish the term Nazi would just get wiped off the face of the earth.
It's amazing. It's like if
I
you don't
really
believe,
wish
if
it
you don't,
wasn't used.
okay, right now, if you get in an argument with certain type of people, they immediately call you a Nazi. Like, oh, you don't like the Dallas Cowboys? Fucking Nazi. Like that's the end all. That's the showstopper, and now it trumps everything. These social justice warriors, these SJWs, are out of their mind right now. Like there was something that happened with anime. Like, did you see all that shit storm that happened?
No, what?
Not with
I
anime.
don't-
I
Anyway,
haven't seen anything with anime.
just going through. If you read all these
They're not
things
taking
that
away
people
my
are saying,
tentacle porn, are they?
yeah, probably.
Oh shit!
But it's like the social justice warriors and all these people that are passionate about their beliefs are just talking heads now. Like they don't know what they're saying. They're not doing. It's like they've given the bird to all research and compassion. Like when did compassion get put to the side for you to just cram your
Because-
beliefs down someone's throat?
The big thing is, and we got to talking about this on Thursday or Friday, or maybe it was the weekend of the preliminaries of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader auditions. We got to talking about media up there and how the whole two source thing that we were raised on and taught on to do as a journalist is gone out the window.
No, anonymous sources rules the world right now.
Anonymous source, you can get it from a 140 character tweet,
Yeah,
and you can run
yeah,
2 hours on CNN with it
yeah.
and speculate the whole time. And if it's false, oh well, we just move on.
Yeah,
We don't say we're sorry. We don't say blah blah blah.
we move on to the next battle.
And it's because everybody's in a goddamn hurry to be the first one to be breaking news. And if it's wrong, oh well, we'll move on. No apology.
Yeah, there's no
I'm
accountability.
sorry,
There's no accountability.
It's fake
These
news.
people-
It's fake news.
It's
I
not
tell
even
you.
not.
You watched
man,
all
it's
of
not even
Newsroom,
fake
right?
news anymore.
You
It's like it's not fake news. It's fucking almost malicious news now.
It is malicious news. You watched all of Newsroom, right?
No, I haven't finished.
Oh, you haven't?
That's another Sopranos
Oh, my
series.
God. So that's a big player in one of the seasons is the two source thing.
Like get two sources.
Is having two sources.
Right.
And as soon as they have two sources, they would run it. And that's how you, doing that, having two sources or two witnesses
Yeah.
meant that that's how you understand the full story and you have it solidified that that's really what happened. Two stories that happened this week that make me crazy. The cop that shot the groundhog. Did you see that?
No.
So
I heard about that.
this groundhog, there's a video this lady shot with her cell phone, and she's freaking out because there's this groundhog that shut down traffic and it's acting erratic. It's running all over the road.
Rabies or something.
The cop came over there, and so what the footage shows is that the phone, when she starts up the phone, the cop is over there trying to push it off the road, trying to run it off, and it keeps coming at the cop. Well, he keeps kind of pushing it away, and it keeps coming. So he kind of pushes it away. Well, then it like spins around real quick and charges him. Well, he backs up across the road, and it stops for a second, and he's backing on the side of the road, and he has his hand on his gun.
Yeah.
And then it comes full bore at him,
Like
and he pops it.
yeah.
Okay.
Then
Shoots
traffic's
it.
back to normal.
No, shoots it. The lady on the phone's freaking out that's recording this, of course, because he just shot this.
Oh, it's her
groundhog.
time to shine, man.
And it's a pretty big groundhog. And he turns around, and the groundhog actually pops back up and
Shoots
charges
again.
him again, and he shoots it again. He's down on one knee, and he shoots it again.
Yeah.
Understandable. It's 9mm. It's going to take a couple of shots to kill anything. So
Gun talk next Tuesday.
next Tuesday. So everybody's freaking out. Oh my God. Crooked cops, fucking cops, are we killing people? And killing
Crooked
shit?
cops?
They're killing this animal. Come to find out, the cop is like, the animal was acting sick
Yeah.
or injured. It had foaming mouth and glazed eyes.
Like something with rabies.
Most of the time, groundhogs will run away from traffic or
Yeah,
people, and it charged him several times. He had tried for a few minutes
To not kill it.
to try to kick it off
Right.
the road or push it off the road, shoo it away before the camera even started rolling. Other
Yeah.
witnesses. So all these people are commenting on this video. Oh my God, I can't believe you do this. You know,
The SJWs, they're
yank
in
his
it.
badge, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
Because all they're watching is the video. They don't care to go find stories and let's see what other witnesses said that had been there, the other cars, the other blah, 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 you know, and the cop's account of what happened.
Yeah.
Other witnesses were like, the groundhog was acting crazy and was probably rabid.
Yeah.
And the cop said, yes, it was foaming, its eyes had glazed, it had charged us, and I needed, you know, I took action to keep the public safe.
Isn't a groundhog's a varmint, right?
Yeah, it's
it's
a
considered a
woodchuck,
varmint,
groundhog,
right?
same thing. Yeah, but it's, yeah, I think
Is
so.
my grandpa is rolling over in his grave right now, going, "What? What? You got a problem with the fucking squirrel? Shoot that bitch!
Yeah.
Put it in the soup.
So I got an
If it's not
argument.
rabid."
This group on there, I
I've
was
actually
like,
had rabbit. That's pretty good.
I was like, man,
Rabid.
just watching the video, it looks like it's got rabies. And I've dealt with a lot of
Yeah, oh,
rabid
yeah.
animals.
Yeah, we've been
living
out in
here
the
in
country.
Texas, living down in the hill
Where
country.
was it at? Do you remember? Oh, you said
It was in Maryland.
Oh.
But down in the hill country,
Oh.
I went back. This guy started attacking me. You've never dealt with a rabid animal. I was like, I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Like last year we had
But
a
let's
fox
see.
running around here.
Let's see. I've put dogs down.
Yeah.
I've put
Yeah.
cats down. I said, here in Texas and down in the hill country, the thing, Mexican free-tailed bats carry rabies like crazy.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's going back. He's like, this isn't Cujo. It's a false that rabies bats aren't carried by rabies. So I was like, oh really?
He said it's a false narrative that bats carry rabies.
Hold on a second, and I just look up
It's a narrative.
rabies carriers in Texas. There's an entire chart.
Did he
okay?
say false narrative? You're
yeah.
believing a false narrative, Dustin.
So I said, in all of the state, last year, I think it was last year, was 967 counts of rabies in this state of animals that were
Yeah.
found out they had that for sure had rabies, and that doesn't count all the farm animals that people kill and don't report,
Right.
like we did down in Junction. You know, a farm dog gets rabies from a skunk or a bat. That's
Yeah.
mostly what it's from.
Yeah, I'm sure there's
You put them
countless
down.
numbers of those.
Okay, you see a
Old
skunk,
Yeller. You've seen Old Yeller.
Yeah, you see a skunk coming at you that's
I shoot
acting
that
all freaking
anyway.
weird.
I don't fucking
Yeah,
care.
I don't care. I don't care. I'll shoot a skunk. But if it's
Before it
acting
sprays you.
rabid
right.
and weird, you know,
Yeah.
you can always tell their eyes are glazed, looking like they're strung. They look like meth heads, but in an animal.
Right.
Is basically what it is.
They're white settlement or
Yeah, meth heads.
azle skunks.
So, you know,
Sorry, Kenneth.
these animals get killed
Sorry,
all
Kenneth.
the time. People kill bats all the time. We killed bats like crazy down there.
Yeah.
So those aren't reported. But out of like the 967 cases that were last year, 950 something, no, it was less than that. It's like 920 something were from bats, and the rest were from skunks.
I don't know why you.
Is where they came
that's
from?
something that drives me crazy about you. I don't know why you get drawn into these SJWs. That it fucking. I don't even get involved.
Well,
you
it
just,
was
you can't do that, can you? You
No,
can't lay
it's-
down and let someone say something.
my
Like that.
initial
You're
comment
talking
was,
about a fucking groundhog.
No, and my initial comment on this thread was, it looks like it has rabies, and
That's
if
all
it
you
needed to be
said.
put
Yeah.
down, then the cops should have put it down. Get the fuck over it.
You use common sense, Dustin. You can't fucking.
Yeah, you
Nazi!
can't do it. You can't do it because then this guy attacks me. You've never dealt with anything with rabies.
Did he call you a Nazi?
No. But I've put down a
Jeez.
horse that had rabies that we had to burn,
Yeah.
Oh my
No.
God.
and that's not fucking fun.
I
The other story,
I couldn't even imagine.
the other story this week that pissed me off, and they talked about on No Agenda, was the lady that got pulled over for speeding and refused to sign the speeding ticket, and she's
I haven't seen that video,
doing Facebook Live and
but haven't
he's
they?
attacked me. I feel
Oh.
threatened. Blah 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 blah.
Sovereign citizen.
Did you watch the
It wasn't a sovereign
Did
citizen
you
thing.
watch both videos like Adam did?
Yeah.
Did you not see his point too, though? That hey, if I was the lady, I would also. But we need to realize that as a society, that there are two sides to a. There's two
Yeah.
perceptions.
Well,
There's the police officer's perception, and there's the black lady's
if there was
perception.
something to hide, the police department wouldn't have put it out immediately. They put it out
They-
immediately.
the poor police departments have to do that these days.
Well,
if they don't,
no, they
they're
do.
lynched.
No, that's
no
totally-
pun intended.
They do, but if they wanted to hide it, they could have kept it for a couple of days, couple of hours, something, or a day or two. They put it out immediately.
Like that's not
And
the way
yes,
it went down.
It was not the way she portrayed it going down, but like he said, she's in her own reality. And the problem is, her video was up first. Everybody's already seen it. They've already commented. They've already made their judgment calls.
Was he a white
So
police
when
officer?
they go to watch his video,
yeah,
they've already made
their
judgment in their head.
Yeah,
And so when they watch it, they're going to be like, "Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. That's what she was talking about." But
Nazi.
she was screaming and crying way before,
yeah.
like right when she got pulled over. She was
I guess
already
I should
screaming and
watch this
crying
video.
and freaking out.
I
It's
guess I
just-
should watch this video.
It's aggravating watching these people, and like I said, going back to the 2 account thing, is like you see everybody comment on this shit and
Uh-huh.
carry on about it, and this is the way life is. But there's two sides to every story, and like they say, the truth
Not
is
the-
always in the middle.
You're
Yeah, I was gonna
exactly
say,
right.
3 sides
And
like
not
the
only
Extreme
that,
album.
there's the truth.
No Gary Sharon
There's
involved.
2 sides to every story, but there's also 2 perceptions of what the truth is too, as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, there's two
And-
perceptions,
and-
and the truth is in the middle.
In some weird social media gray area, blurred lines. Which, by the way, I'm DJ. I'm not Lee.
Nude.
Anyway, yeah, you're right. People need to take. We've had this conversation before. Take 10 deep breaths. Go outside. Just listen to the birds for about 2 minutes. And if you still feel the need that you need to go become social justice warrior on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever you need to do, then you can do it.
Or
After you've had
just-
some thoughts.
You're already got.
Be empathetic.
You've got the device in front of you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and do the extra 2 or 3 minutes of research to get another story about it,
Exactly.
another side, or just see if there's another story floating around and see what happened. Get another
Yeah.
viewpoint and then pull it together in the middle, because that's where the truth is going to be.
You know what? That's a good point. Do some critical thinking. Just think a little bit. Be empathetic to the other side of the story.
Should the cop have shot the woodchuck right there in the middle of the road? Probably not. But if it's rabid, I would say your decision time when an animal is charging you is very short. And yes, a woodchuck's not going to attack him
Would a
or
woodchuck
jump up on him. It's not going to be like the rabbit in Monty Python, the Holy Grail, and
Yeah.
bite him on the neck and kill him. But
The Vorpal Bunny, yeah.
he could have.
I would like
kicked
to
it,
know what the
but
lady
then
would
it
do.
would have been if it charged him and he kicked it. Oh
So-
my God! This cop kicked a woodchuck across
Yeah.
the highway. It's fucking rabbit. At least he shot it,
Yeah.
and it can be tested.
What
and
if
we
this
can
happened?
find out what's
Check this
exactly wrong. With
out. I haven't
it.
seen the video, but what would the lady think if she posted the "Oh my gosh" and the woodchuck was or the
It was a groundhog,
the
wasn't it?
groundhog wasn't
I
quite
was gonna
dead.
say, how do we get on woodchuck?
Takes off. The cop goes, "You
The
know
same
she's
thing.
right. I better not kill it dead." It goes in front of traffic. This car dodges it and kills a family of 4 because he's trying to dodge a rabid fucking hedgehog,
Well, and that's the
groundhog.
thing.
Like
Living-
the, what or what would the lady do if like let's take the whole situation and totally put the cop in the car and
Situation.
the lady on the side of the road. Is she just gonna let this rabid groundhog just lunge at her and just be like, "Oh, I like pets"?
See, and living and spending as much time as I did down the hill country, when you were driving down one of the small farm to market roads,
You're a deer
2-lane,
slayer.
and an animal runs out in front of you, you are not supposed to swerve.
That's how that's how you die.
That's how you die.
Immediately.
You hit the animal.
Yeah.
You hit the animal, no matter what it is.
A
You know,
deer?
unless it's a fucking cow. But when you swerve, that's when you lose.
That's when you lose your life. That's
That's
when you die.
lose control. Yeah.
You lose control, or if you're in an SUV or a pickup
You
truck
roll
like
over.
everybody is, you lose your top heaviness. You lose your balance, and the car just starts rolling. And
Yeah.
I mean, these people that I've only lived in Arlington my whole life, and I've never been out to the country or know what to do.
But I'm going to make a judgment
But I'm
call.
going to be on Facebook spouting my opinions,
Yeah.
and this should never be killed.
God, just play
I've
Far
never
Cry.
seen a rabid animal.
No, that's the thing is I don't know, man. How old do you know? How old was the lady that took the video? By the way, if you don't
I
mind
don't
me
know.
asking,
I don't know.
You couldn't tell.
No, she
Okay.
didn't state all that at the beginning.
Just play
I don't
Far
know,
Cry
man.
5. Everything will try to fucking kill you in that game.
Yeah. Well, we've gone over to get into this Spotify thing that I heard this week. So
I
why don't
wanna-
we put that off?
Spotify.
I kind of want to get into
You got
it.
right now.
Well,
Do you have any? I would rather you read the article too.
we get into it next week. with
Let's
our
do that
guest.
next week. Who is
Maybe
our
they'll
guest
have
next
some
week?
opinion.
Yeah, who is the guest next week?
Vandaliers.
Well, that's right.
The Vandaliers?
Did that get
The
booked?
Vandaliers.
I don't remember much of that evening.
Well, you guys want to come on the show and
Well,
they picked
Man.
the date.
first the Royal Sons, now the...
All right, so
Vandaliers.
but have you seen
ask-
this? Okay, there's a couple of movie stuff, and
Yeah,
I wanted to
wanna-
ask you
Let's blow through this.
real quick. There's a new series on Netflix. Have you heard about it? This Evil Genius.
No.
It's the. Do you remember that Danny McBride show about the pizza guy? That
That was a true story.
yeah. Well, now they've come out with the docu-series about it, and this
About
shit
the
is
true
fucked up
story?
about the true story.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah, no, the story.
Oh my
a lot of
gosh.
people got pissed off at the Danny McBride movie because it
They
was
thought
fun
it was
and
too
levity.
lightheaded or
But it was,
lighthearted.
I mean, the guy
Yeah,
got blown up.
And what's it called?
Yeah.
Real Genius or
it's
something?
called Real Genius.
Real
It just
Genius.
started. I didn't even
Evil Genius.
Evil
Evil
Genius. Yeah,
Genius, okay.
and it's the movie had was it Jesse Eisenberg and Aziz Ansari
Aziz
Ansari.
Ansari.
and Danny McBride. But I remember back then when that movie came out, and I was like, man, this is fucked up. If this is because I'd heard that it was
It was based on the
based on
real
a
thing.
true story that it happened like 2007 or something.
The pizza delivery guy was strapped with the bomb.
Yeah. Did you know that there was actual footage, like all the news footage and stuff of that caught the actual explosion, has
explosion.
come out,
I didn't know it came out, but I knew that there was a bunch of video of it.
and apparently there was some more. There was another murder
Yeah.
that had something to do
Was it a
with
vest or a collar? I think
It
in
was
the
a collar.
movie, but in the movie it was a vest.
In the real life, it was a collar.
It was a collar, and
they-
it blew
yeah,
his head off. Yeah.
blew his chest, his head,
Yeah.
blew
Like
the
the end
fucker
of
to-
Saw 4, yeah.
Man, talk about a okay. We're not talking about groundhogs anymore. Talk about a sticky situation if you're law enforcement.
Speaking of,
From all the blood.
Mm.
Okay.
Sorry, I was making an analogy.
All right.
Well,
So,
speaking of suicide bombings like that, real quick, what do you think of this? The family that plays together stays together, and if you're in what country was it? Indonesia. The family that stays together blows up churches together.
Is this the
What?
one that the Catholic Church one? Something had to
The
do with it?
family went and attacked 3 churches.
Yeah.
The dad and one son went to a church and blew it up. The mom and the daughters went to another church and blew it up. And then the two other sons rode a motorcycle into a church and blew it up.
Was it was it a
Damn.
religion?
They were
Was it-
all the same family. Oh yeah.
man, dude. Okay.
That's
Can
awful.
I do a PSA real quick?
It said the family included 2 daughters, aged 9 and 12, and 2 teenage sons. So I was wrong. So it was the dad went to one, the mom and the daughters went to another, and then the
Man, okay, I'm going to
Sons
do a
went to
PSA,
another.
okay? If
Okay.
you're a Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast listener, this is and you're a religious fanatic. I don't care what religion it is. This is for you. If you start to think that it is God's will for you to go kill another human being or group of human beings, go get help. Because you've crossed over from religion to you have a mental problem and you need to go get help. This whole
But the West is
so
bad.
many people. I know, but there's good.
The West is evil.
Okay, yes, there's bad things in this world, but don't be so upset about it
You're a dirty
that
American.
your religion is not getting taken serious enough that you think you need to go kill another religion. It doesn't, man. We have one ride, okay? We've done this before.
Oh no, they have
Take
32
time out.
virgins waiting for them.
Okay, I'm trying to not pin. I'm not trying to ostracize anyone.
Why
here
would
with
you
this
want
statement.
32 virgins? These girls have never done anything. I want a pro.
My point is, calm down, relax, go outside, listen to the birds, watch the clouds. Remember, we're on this spaceship together, and there's no reason that you need to be so upset at another religion because and you need to go hurt someone. Man, it's not worth it. We got football.
Well, you know, and I find that funny that
Calm down.
there's a lot of these ISIS guys. That there was a documentary I think Vice did.
Did you see the video of the ISIS guy on the Segway thing that tripped and fell? Have you seen that?
ISIS guy riding on a Segway. ISIS guy riding on a Segway. ISIS guy.
Has
riding
that
on
thing been out
Segway.
for a while then? Because I just saw it
No, I haven't
on
seen it.
some Twitter feed, and I was like,
Is that the one that blew himself up when he fell
he's
off?
riding on the thing, and he falls down, and he blows up.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh
Is
my
that
God.
real?
Yeah.
Or is that Photoshop?
No, that's real.
So there was
There's
a real. Was he headed for a U.S. base or something?
I don't know where he was going, but yeah, he went on a Segway. He was on one of those
The
the wheel things.
Yeah, what are
that,
those
that
called?
people were falling off of. at
Like
Christmas
Mike
time.
Tyson fell off,
Yeah.
and his robe got caught,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yes. And he fell and
Like if that was a military base, weren't the guys like, well, there's that.
we just give them all this.
You think the other ISIS member looked at like the one that set it up was like, well, shit,
We can't use
What
those.
the- that didn't work out this plan.
Been funny if the battery exploded on the way there.
Yeah,
That
man.
would have fit
Oh.
the whole narrative.
Oh, just like the hoverboards. Too.
But Vice, I think it was Vice, did a documentary about
Oh shit,
extreme Islamic guys coming to the States
man. Yeah.
that were setting up attacks, and when they got here, they were like, "Oh, this is
It's
not
kind of cool.
this is not anything like
Yeah.
what we were told,
Yeah.
and this
The
is nice. I like this. Girls are
Yeah,
pretty.
These infidels.
I can do what I want."
These
And
infidels they're not that bad.
and they just disappear.
Yeah.
They just disappear into because now, since they didn't
They're
carry
covering
on
their tracks.
they
Yeah.
didn't execute what they were supposed to.
They're
Now they
wanted.
gotta hide from ISIS from hunting them down, so they just disappear and start living American life because it's so great.
Yeah,
Going
going
to
to
the
witness
Yellow
protection program.
Going to the
Yeah.
Yellow Rose. Hey, this whole infidel thing, man, it's not that bad, is it? I mean, look. This. Oh, do I want a shot? Oh, well,
Shot of what?
okay.
Or they start listening to podcasts and maybe hook up with a member of the podcast.
At a Primus show.
What?
No, I was talking about Seth.
Oh,
Oh,
You missed it.
yeah.
I don't know about that story.
Yeah,
You'll
Leaf, we do love you. You're our
Tell me
favorite
later.
Muslim. So,
Okay,
are you going to
so-
go see Solo
So here, this is the
on
first.
the day of release? I'm not either because I have a party to go to.
So Thursday night is the day of the release.
Oh, then I might because no, I can't. I got to go.
I didn't know tickets went on sale, and I have no tickets for opening night. This is the first Star Wars movie.
I thought it started on the 25th.
don't have tickets.
Is that
for
this Thursday?
No, it's next.
next Thursday?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Memorial
the,
Day.
The opening day is next Thursday.
What is
Yeah.
Memorial
Night.
Day then?
But
The
then
28th?
the 25th is the spectacle show.
Well, I still haven't even seen Infinity Wars. So I got to get Infinity Wars taken care
You
of.
seen Infinity Wars?
Yeah. I saw the
Then I gotta
weekend
go.
it came out.
Then I got to get Solo.
You've got
taken
one
care
more
of.
week.
And I got Deadpool 2.
Yeah, Deadpool 2
This is
comes
a
out
heavy,
this week.
heavy movie
Yeah.
month.
Deadpool 2 comes out this week. So Solo, the media screening was yesterday, and I couldn't go for Solo. It comes out next Thursday night is the first showings, and then
Are
Friday.
you nervous about it?
No,
Just because you're like Ron Howard did the right thing here,
I've heard.
and he
I've
took
read
care
a
of
bunch
all
of
this.
reviews and a bunch of people saying that it's a galactic heist movie
Okay,
that is super,
That's what I'm hoping for.
really, really good.
I'm just the way it snuck up on everything, and it hasn't gotten the pub like the others have. It's just kind of
See, in my world,
Wham, bam,
it's gotten
thank you,
a
man.
ton of pub because
No, yeah,
of
on Reddit.
No, because of all the issues they've had with the changing of
Yeah,
directors and
right.
Ron Howard coming in and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's been this has taken like 3 years to put together, but
I'm nervous.
I'm not nervous. From all the reviews I've read, is that it fits with everything. It's a good origin story if you're a fan, but if you're not a Star Wars fan, you can go watch this, and it's just like a
A cool
galactic
flick.
heist movie.
Okay. Well, I failed.
That's really cool.
Remember, I told you I was going to try to read Millennium Falcon, and I didn't.
It doesn't seem
didn't
like
get it
that's
done.
going to have anything to do with this. And
Well, I
don't
just
even
wanted to know
I
the
don't
back-
even know if Millennium Falcon is canon now. I have to go look at where it falls in because I don't think it's canon.
Oh, because of the way it looks in the Solo movie versus the rest of them?
The way that Disney came down and said that all this EU stuff and all these books are no longer canon.
Oh, right. I mean, aside from that.
So, yeah, I'm excited about Solo.
I don't. We'll get into that.
But
that still
I'm not going to be
aggravates
able to
the
go
shit out
see
of me.
it on day of because
I'm
that
not
is
either.
Spectacle Day. Last Spectacle Jam is on Thursday. And then our show is next Friday at the Abbey Underground with Spectacle Redefined and Useless. So,
I'll be out of town.
well, thanks for coming and supporting me again, Matt.
Is it a Friday?
It's a Friday night. You going to go up?
No, I'll definitely try.
Unless my trip gets canceled, then I'll go.
I like going up to Denton and watching the spectacle at the Abbey.
Everybody
It's
should come see
fun.
the Spectacle at the Abbey.
It's fun. It's a fun.
All
venue.
you fucking bands I've supported for years on this show need to show up.
You know who
Show
I need
some
to see?
respect, you dickheads.
You know who I do need to see that you play with
Fuckholes.
is Jessie Fry. I've been telling that woman since she's come in here that I was going to go
Houston.
see her, and I have not, and I need to.
Houston, August 2nd. You want
'Cause
to
I
go down
like
with
her.
me?
Huh?
You want to go down to Houston and party?
I have no idea, man. We can try.
August 2nd. It's a Saturday.
We can try.
That's my next show with her. I found out this week, so.
Oh, you're playing that show?
I'm chewing my fingernails on camera.
'Cause I know you don't play all
I
of
got a
them.
hangnail.
No, I don't play all of them, but I'm playing that show in Houston. So, yes, I want to get to this right here. Excellent. In our show
Excellent.
notes is that Bill and Ted 3
3. Yes.
was teased a couple of months ago, but it is officially in production
Yeah.
as of now.
Bill and Ted Face the Music was his working title.
is the working title. It's about their kids.
And they're both in it.
They're both in it.
Kiana?
A lot of people have
What was the?
talked about Rufus,
Oh, man.
George Carlin's
Damn.
dead. He's been dead.
but he has a daughter,
10 years.
and his real life daughter is
Who's
going
gonna
to
be
play
in it?
his part.
Oh man.
And so it's about them going
That
through
sucks.
time, finding more historical features.
Man, How long has
historical
George
people.
Carlin has passed away? Like it's been a while,
10
and it
years?
just hit me again when I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, damn, Rufus."
It hits me every time I hear the 7 words bit.
I know.
7 dirty words. And then
yes, way.
Well,
under
wait.
the-
Before we move on,
I liked Bill and Ted's.
I did too. I loved it.
One of my favorite movies
I like the first better than the second.
growing up.
Would George Carlin not be going fucking ape shit right now in this
Oh,
in
during
this
all this?
environment?
I bet you if George
Yeah.
Carlin was around, the country would be in a better state.
It probably would. But can you imagine him right now? What he would be thinking about this shit? Anyway, miss you, George.
Yeah. All right.
Ah,
So
theoretics.
under the "It's Over Johnny" category, I've got in the show notes.
Would you tell me not to look at? Because
Told
I
you
thought
not
it was. I thought it was the.
What do you think it was?
I thought it was that Cobra Kai or freaking the Karate Kid.
No. It's
Have you
Over
guys
Johnny.
seen that yet?
The
Well, the first 2 episodes are for free on YouTube. It's actually pretty good.
I want to see it.
Yeah, the new Cobra
It's
Kai
a series.
It's a 10-part series, but you have to be a subscriber to YouTube Red to see the whole
And
thing.
you've watched both of them. And it's pretty good.
The 2 ones that are on for free on regular YouTube are, yeah.
So "It's Over Johnny." It's over. It has to do with Rambo.
Oh no!
There's going to be a Rambo 5.
Nothing is over.
Yes, it's over. I'm not ready for it to be over.
What's
You
it
know,
gonna
when I
be
was
called?
telling you we're
Rambo
going to do
2?
a production meeting in probably the end of July.
Yeah, that
And
needs to be
we've
it.
got to pull some Rambo, man. Some
What-
Sylvester Stallone. Period.
What's the working title of this one, Dustin? Does it say?
It doesn't say, but this is an interesting movie because this is going to
Nothing
be
is over.
Rambo is old
Oh yeah.
and it doesn't have a sub name yet, but it says he's living on a ranch in Arizona. He has PTSD
Is he gonna shoot himself?
He picks up casual work as he can on this ranch.
Is he doing
And
the
it
drop
says
ceilings
here-
at Texas Billiards?
He's doing drop ceilings at Texas Billiards.
And at the temple.
And it says, when longtime family friend and estate manager Maria informs Rambo that her granddaughter has gone missing after crossing into Mexico for a party,
Oh, he's going after the
cartels.
isn't he?
he
Human
sets off to
traffickers.
find her. And
Los
it's-
Zetas.
It says it's after the cartel, and it says here that this promises to be the bloodiest and most violent Rambo.
Did you watch the
Ever.
last one he did, where he gets on that turret?
Rambo 4 I have not seen.
Is it
Rambo
4?
3
Which is
I
just called
saw.
Rambo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
last one where it's
Yeah.
pretty like when he gets on that gun and just starts gunning for like 5 minutes straight. Like pretty much they show every single body part known to mankind
Yeah.
What'd you think
blown
of
with like just overload of blood.
What'd you think of the
Like
Expendables?
Fist of the North Star.
I like them, man. I
I
don't know
like
why.
the
I like them,
Expendables,
man.
too.
It's
I mean,
they're cool.
I haven't
They're
seen a s-
throwaway movies.
I
Like,
haven't
you
seen
just
a
watch
single
They're
them.
one.
brainless,
Yeah.
and they're made for the one-liner and
No,
the,
they're
the
made-
cameo and the it's awesome.
They're made for the elementary schoolboy us that was always like, oh
What
yeah,
if all of them got
Van
together?
Damme could beat Schwarzenegger's ass, and then
Whoa,
Negger,
whoa, whoa.
Neggar.
You want
I've been watching Atlanta. I know how to
Dude,
say
come
things.
on.
that wasn't the soft day. You want to say that name again? You want to take
What
another
are you
try at
supposed
it?
to say? Schwarzenegger. N-E, not N-A, not N-I, or N-A.
The
Let's see.
Arnold with the soft day.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Have you seen the Predator trailer?
No, I haven't.
There's a Predator 2018 trailer, and then what was the other trailer I told you about to go? Oh, the Queen one.
Oh, Bohemian Rhapsody.
When we finally do our movie, we have to have a scene with the Arnold Schwarzenegger with the soft
What?
day. With the soft day.
What'd you just say?
I said soft day.
No, you
I
put
said-
the,
No,
you
you
put
said
the full
soft day.
R.
I said Schwarzenegger. So stupid. That's in our movie, dude. We've got to put that in our. We got to stop coming up with these great
shit.
movie ideas on the show because someone's gonna gank them.
No, it's done. We won't do this till another week, and someone will get it.
Just make an animated version of Plotagon.
We'll
That's
hear.
what I
We'll
do.
hear. We'll hear. The Funky Town podcast has a movie coming out.
All right, so we
Fun.
need to get in the Spotify thing next week for sure because
Yeah,
it's
it's
making
insane.
me angry. The more and more I'm looking at these tabs I have open, it's making my blood boil.
it's
Because-
something that's gonna. We need to like. It's gonna take more than. It'll probably be a half a show conversation.
Because this is another left organization. Because all of Silicon Valley's leftist, they're all on the left. They're all very liberal. That's taking away our freedoms.
In
And
a
taking
weird
away
way,
our
They're
rights.
censoring.
They are
They are deciding what's appropriate.
they're conserving our musical rights.
Well, okay. So here's what Dustin is talking about.
God, I'm
There is some rumors and some murmuring and some articles out about
How long
Spotify.
is this show? Oh, it is.
No,
long.
yeah, we'll do it next week because I think there's going to be more that comes out to this in the following week. Anyway,
I think so, too,
Spotify's
'cause it's
talking
kinda
about
new.
how they're going to do the whole get some groups of people to start going through their artist and what's played on Spotify and deem what is appropriate and non-racial and non-attacking.
Now, hold on. According to the articles I've read, because I've gone through 3 now, and before pre-show, it said they're going after artists that have sexual assaults placed against them,
Oh, like crimes?
Oh.
crimes,
Not even lyrical content.
not lyrical
R.
content.
Kelly is what you're talking about.
Yet, and they list this list is long.
R. Kelly's the first one, and I think has been hit.
This list is long, and then the group, what the fuck is it? Ultraviolet, which is a pro women's group, calls out a bunch of more artists that have had some type of allegations against them. Allegations,
Yeah.
not convictions.
Yeah.
Allegations against them. Now, R. Kelly has been
here's-
convicted of stuff, and there's videos of him.
Well, here's another scary part to this. No one should be telling any group of people what they can and can't listen to at all, period. I don't think your argument is, well, you're paying for the service, like you're the one that can control it. Bam. Today, I've been using Spotify for probably since you introduced it to me. I've been using Spotify for the last 2 or 3 years. I've actually paid for it. I stopped doing them. I felt bad and felt like maybe I was ripping off artists, which I know is stupid, but because they get minimal amounts from them, I'm sure. But anyway, when I saw this article today about Spotify doing this,
Closed your account.
I'm thinking about it. And the scary part is I started going, well, what am I going to do? Guess who else is either started this policy or are really close to implementing it as well?
Who, Pandora?
iTunes.
No, they won't.
That's what the article's saying.
Hold on. The article may say that, but the head of Apple Music
Mhm.
right now released a song that says, I want to fuck you like an animal.
I know.
You're wearing his shirt.
I know.
And tickets go on
I
sale
know.
this
I know.
Saturday.
I know, but they're saying that Apple, I shouldn't say iTunes, I guess. Apple is talking about doing the same thing.
The head of Apple Music has a
Here,
song that says, I want to fuck you like an
Well,
animal.
let me make sure then.
I didn't see that in any of
But
those
the thing
stories,
is,
I think.
the thing is though, okay, but that's the difference though. He's not mentioned. He doesn't mention in that. I'm not saying that all 9 Inch Nails catalog is going to be free and clear. But it's much like the it's much like the Cannibal Corpse song that's mentioned. Hammer Smashed Face is in the clear because they don't specify what sex, so
Well-
they leave it alone. So when you say I want to fuck you like an animal,
Well, back again, we're talking about lyrical content, and I just brought that up because lyrical content, but he's never had allegations against him
right,
of
right.
being a sexual predator or sexually attacking someone. And
This sounds like a
but,
slippery slope.
like the list of artists that we have in these articles is people that have had stuff against them.
Dire Straits haven't, have they?
That was back to lyrical content
Yeah,
because that's what they
that's what I'm
cited
saying.
was
it's
the
such
lyrical
a slippery
content.
slope. Like now
you
they're
can't ban an artist for lyrical content because that is freedom of
speech.
speech. That's your First Amendment right. And if you start doing that, fine. You know what? Spotify, you start losing subscribers. You're
I guarantee
already
you, I will cancel
Subs-
mine.
Spotify is already doesn't make any money. They're in the whole billions of dollars.
Weren't they on the verge? There was something else
They've been
Spotify
bought
that was on
and
the verge
sold
of.
and bought and sold,
of,
and I'm actually surprised Spotify's still around. And
I don't
iTunes
think it's
makes
just
a ton of
Spotify,
money.
man. I'm pretty sure that there's
Apple Music
several.
makes money off of because of
YouTube-
iTunes.
you-
You've got iTunes
and
there.
YouTube caused this shit. Remember when YouTube pissed us off a couple months ago? They've done nothing but stupid shit ever since then. They had the guy, the fuck boy, that idiot that went to Japan.
yeah,
that-
and
the-
went to the Dead
yeah.
Forest.
They
The
had
Suicide Force?
they had his
Oh, that
jackass. They had
Video.
his They fucked that up. Then they started bringing in the group, the Urban Development or whatever, to start going through and sit like, oh, is this okay? Is this okay? Like, let them be the litmus test. But are they humans right? I guess they're considered a human rights organization, but they've been hijacked from what I've heard, and will just pull down anything that they don't agree with. Like if you're a Trumper, guess what? You're not going to get your stuff out there. If you like shooting guns, Dustin, I bet you the day of gun videos on YouTube are numbered. I
Oh,
bet
they're
you
already
they're about to
buried.
start getting
No. I did that test. My Van Halen eruption
got
with
pulled.
the
SK?
SKS is buried.
Yeah.
You can't find it.
Oh, I bet you it's about to
not
get pulled
searchable.
completely. But it's like the domino effect. Like now, all like Facebook's talking about how they're like. Well, I guess they have to because
know
they're
what?
under all kinds of
You know what?
heat. But
Stop.
everyone is about to start this whole fucking knee jerk reaction. And
So the thing about the internet is, it's not like TV, where if you if your Nielsen ratings go just topple by 20%, that's when people freak out. The internet is these companies, if they lose 2 or 3% of their subscriber base or revenue, they panic and pull the plug. People stop using this service, they're gone. And it doesn't
Well, here's
take
what's gonna
that
happen, man.
many people to make a service go down.
at some point, there's going to be a guy like Elon Musk that's going to be like, oh, you're going to fucking do like someone. He would never do this, but okay, that McCaffrey, the guy that
McAfee.
McAfee.
John McAfee.
Say some Yahoo like him's gonna go, okay. You're gonna drop all these artists. You're gonna drop all these type of videos. Well, guess what? I'm starting a service that is legit by the Constitution, freedom of speech, and I'm posting whatever the fuck I want.
So what's Jay-Z going to do with titles?
What's NWA gonna do?
Seriously, right now it's all artists that have been accused of sexual misconduct of some sort. But what is sexual misconduct in your eyes? That's where we're in a weird spot in this world, because is sexual misconduct I groped someone, I raped someone, or I showed someone my dick,
Yeah.
or I'm the Chili Peppers and I played a show with a sock on my cock?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. Think about this too. Dr. Dre helped get iTunes where, like, pretty much put a bunch of shit on the map for them, right?
Mhm.
He's got an assault against a woman charge that I know he's sorry and apologized for it. So they're already talking about NWA's lyrical content because they say faggot like 65 times.
But once again, that's lyrical content.
What about Eminem?
And that's the thing. Well, Eminem's is in this list for sexual misconduct.
Okay, this is why we need to go into this more because they are talking about lyrical content.
They are, but all the articles I have right now is that this women's advocacy group, Ultraviolet, is
right.
The list they have are artists that have had some type of sexual misconduct against them. Not one is a female artist. And there are female artists that have had
I have a feeling
sexual allegations placed
This is
against
why I
them.
want to put this off again too, because I have a feeling this thing's probably going to blow up in the next few weeks because if they come in and start just ripping artists left and right because of Kid Rock was at a strip club and spanked someone on the ass or something, like it could get out of control real quick.
The thing is, if Spotify does this and they lose, like I said, 5% of their user database, they will panic and they will start to crumble. It's already a non-money making IO. So it's trash.
It'll be
Spotify
the nail in
is
the coffin.
trash.
Is what you
It'll be
think?
the nail in the coffin for them. And for when it falls, there's two others that will sprout up behind it. One of those will win, and they'll be like, "Hey, here's all your artists, like they should be for free. Here's everything." Because if you want to, if you want to be shitty, you can go back. Zeppelin shoved a lobster and a bass up some
shark?
chick's
Didn't they mess with a shark?
Up some chick's vagina.
Oh no, that's the thing. Like,
That's okay.
if you think about it, #MeToo has kind of left rock and roll alone up until this point. Like, think about all the stories that are out there about how you got to go backstage and see Metallica if you were there with your mom. Think about those. The drumstick test.
Yeah.
All that stuff that's on video. Home videos.
On video.
That how do you get backstage? And one of your roadies is like, "Oh, I'll tell you how you do it," and goes on a diatribe. It's just, I don't know.
You've got
It's crazy.
It's got to reach a point where it ends, or we're gonna live in a gray vanilla
world
where
we're not going to be
is
humans.
no
We're not going to
creativity.
be humans anymore.
the whole Orwellian 1984 thing is coming true. And you know what? You left people that are part of this ultraviolet group are killing art.
Yeah, and they don't
You
care.
don't even
They're
realize
like,
that you're killing the stuff you're
Yeah.
supposed to be standing up for.
Yeah.
Back to what we started talking about.
Yeah.
You're killing the stuff you're supposed to be standing up for. You're supposed to be supporting. You're supposed to be representing. And you're killing it off.
All right, I want to end the show on a positive note or a funny note.
Okay.
I want to do this with Dustin, okay? I don't know if you've heard this story or not. There's a
I've
Michigan
also got a
dude.
joke.
Okay, well, you can do a joke too after this.
That'll
But
cheer us
this
all
is
up.
something that I saw on the news and was like, I got to toss this up to Dustin because he's a photographer. There's a Michigan man that says he captured a photo of an angel over his truck. Have you seen this yet?
No.
It's all over Twitter and Facebook's all
No.
over the place. So what I want to do, basically,
Is it in the show notes?
yeah, it's in the show notes. Click on the actual. No, it's in our email. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's in our email.
Click on our email, and then there's a link that you might have to click. It's a Twitter, and you'll see the image. And there's another image where it's up in the corner. I think they only have this one, this image though.
Hold on, let me get there. I'm still digging through.
because there's two images. I
Michigan
wish you could see
says it gets
both.
An angel. Click on
So
the
yeah,
link.
this Glenn Thurman dude, he's a fire chief up in Michigan, claims a motion sensor on one of his cameras captured an image of what he says, his preacher says, and like a bunch of people are saying it's an angel.
Can I blow this up? Make it bigger?
So you can play the video because there's two images. And first of all,
Sorry, I can't make it.
go ahead.
It's just
Oh
my eczema.
God! This chick has eczema and she can't go out.
Not
She's
your
got
sponsor?
red spots all over her. What a whore!
But anyway, take a look
Hold
at
on,
this
it's
image.
taking a second because I'm tired of looking at this.
Are you going to play the actual WFA report?
I'm trying to. I
Or
can't
just
see
wanna
the
see the-
picture
Here, let me see if I can pull it up, man.
because the picture's too small, and I was trying to make it
Tweet
bigger, and it
here.
wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah. Now it's just
That's
some.
an angel. I was just blown away. All right, here
Vehicle
they are.
package has arrived or if someone's at your door. But a family in northern Michigan got peace of mind from their home security camera because
Is
it
this
alerted
guy
them
white
to
or
what they
black?
say is
He
an
sounds
angel.
black,
Yeah,
but he
take
looks
a look
white.
for your
This is WFAA, sir. Will you please
No,
be nice
this
to
is
them?
from someone else.
Oh,
This
it
is
is?
from
I was going to say,
Katie IV TV.
don't rip on
channel 4.
Delcus's team, okay?
Does that look like an angel?
Okay, so you see the first image where it's directly over the truck?
I know exactly what it is.
Okay,
I know
because I'm going to tell you what I
exactly
think it
what it
is.
What, photo
I'm going to tell you what I
distortion?
think it is.
Go ahead.
A dead insect?
Close. I think it's a moth.
It's a moth that was close to the
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah, well, if you see the second image, you'll definitely be like, that's got to be a fucking
This
moth.
picture was posted last
Yeah,
week
that's
on
a
social media.
moth close to the
Glenn
camera
Foreman
that
is the
just
owner of that
have
truck,
to-
and
'cause he's
first
got a
saw the
light
figure
on it.
floating
Yeah.
above it. His pastor was convinced it's an angel.
Well,
but
your
the owner of
pastor's
a
fucking
photography
gay.
studio in Petoskey isn't so sure.
And
What is
Neat-
your
It
pastor,
could
Stevie
Needs
Wonder?
glasses.
be a moth. Still, the Thorman.
Oh,
Oh,
someone else thought it was a
she
moth.
said it was a
I think
moth.
it's a
That's what I
sculpture.
think it is.
It's not an angel. Why is this on the news?
You know,
Oh,
there was a bar once.
It's a filler, dude. Just
Right after
your wife is a dumbass. No one
I
cares.
think they're an angel.
You know, there was a
Oh.
bar once that got national attention in Watauga, Texas, for I believe a Cheeto that was in the image of Christ.
was it Texas Billiards?
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
like there was people that were coming up from Mexico in to see this Cheeto. I think it was a Cheeto. I'll get verification, but I'm pretty sure it's a Cheeto in the image of Christ. And Sam kept it for like as long as he could, trying to get people in that bar.
And did he eat it?
Should have put it in a shadow box.
I don't know if you know what. Let me text Brittany. Anyway, it's been a great show, guys.
Here's my joke.
All right.
Here we go.
A boy and his mom are walking
Morning,
through the
ladies.
mall. Yeah. A boy and his mom are walking through the mall. And the boy turns to his mom and goes, "Mom, am I ugly?" And the mom looks at her son and goes, "How many times have I told you not to call me mom out in public?"
Okay. Hmm.
Matt Thomas, thanks for coming out and hanging out on the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast.
We
show.
appreciate you coming out,
Yes,
hanging out with us.
Glad
Yes,
you
thank
got
you
to
very
see
much.
Promise.
I glad I got to see Primus too.
Glad you got laid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you got to put your penis in a vagina.
Are you sure you don't want us to allow cameras into the bedroom?
We want to come follow you around.
I'm not looking for that kind of attention.
Hey,
But we want to see how big your penis actually is.
two big shows.
Well, you can ask my girlfriend.
Trees. House Arconin. Mothership.
My
And
band's debut.
You think?
When? This weekend?
No, June 8th
June 8th, okay.
Yeah.
The other big
at
show
Lola's.
is a DJ session.
And the other big show is May 25th. Not this Friday, but next. The Spectacle at Abbey Underground in Denton.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
going to be a few surprises. There's going to be some new songs played.
Yeah.
You'll get to hear the new direction of the band.
Are they bringing in a freaking Hungarian?
Yes.
Hello, guys.
So you better come and see my band, asshole.
All right, I'm going to drink some more of this Jameson.
I am. I'm out of here too.
Okay.
Bye.
Red pants.
Why'd the music stop?
I guess it was like the
It's
show's
just
over.
like,
guys.
okay, y'all are stupid. Peace.
Red pants. Shit. Oh man.
I got to find out if was a Cheeto now.
I went looking. I'm on it.
Yeah.
Let's see what Brittany remembers.
I'm gonna get to see Tim and Whitney if I go to New York next week.
Holler at them. Holler at them.
Yeah, I already did.
So you just
About a month
traveling
ago.
all over the place because you have the flight benefits now?
Yeah, well, I planned this trip at the beginning of April.
Do what?
I planned this trip at the beginning of April.
Oh, okay.
Is it just you going? Or
No, Shelly's going too.
You know the picture popped up from 3 years ago.
Yeah, where you and I happened to be there, and then Ted was
With
still living there.
Ted showing up.
We had our picture taken in front of the fountain. What's the name of that fountain?
The Bethesda.
But that